Confluence 2023 and Grand Rapids and Art Prize. It is time. We got the finals.
Yeah, we're moving forward to grand finals in just a couple of minutes here. All the players are getting ready. It's been a great event so far today, but only two teams can remain. We have MSU versus Oakland. Both teams sweeping their semifinalist matches. MSU doing so a little bit more confidently than Oakland, running into a little bit of trouble in Game 1 versus Michigan, but then Game 2, Anthony Isn't Cool came through with a super strong performance and took 11 stocks. So they're coming in off of a whole lot of momentum. MSU hasn't really had much of a scare. They haven't really had to get down, get gritty. They haven't had to dig deep yet. So Oakland looking to be the first team to make them do that.
Yeah, in the semifinals, MSU Game 1, Rydra took all 12 stocks, only losing one of his own in commanding fashion. And in Game 2, only went through about half their players as well. So, yeah, MSU has been really just walking through this so far. And like you said, no scares, no nothing.
Yeah, could potentially be coming in a little bit cold. We only saw like 2 MSU players get warmed up in the semifinals, or 3 rather, where Oakland University has been digging deep the whole time.
Yeah. And I think waiting to see like if we're exactly ready to get into it yet. I think we got a little bit more.
And about it, we are rocking Dice versus Spectral, Lucina versus Falco, 2 staples of the Michigan community.
Absolutely. These two play each other a lot, and it looks like this is it. Art Prize Confluence 2023. Grand Rapids, it's time for your main event. MSU versus Oakland, getting started here. We got Dice, we got Spectral. Let's get into it.
And what a main event it is sure to be. Both of these teams have been just dominating their brackets, as we just said. Oakland University coming in with a little bit more of a scare, a little bit more momentum, running in as a team together. MSU has just been walking through the bracket, where OU's definitely had to, or OU's had to do a bit more running than walking.
Yeah, they've had to, they've really spread their team out and utilized everybody throughout the entire thing. Whereas it seems like with every match, MSU had to okay, we got 2, 3 players they had to rely on throughout the whole time. So, it could be a case of the one versus the cohesive team. As right now we're seeing Dice and Spectral getting into. Spectral recently actually announced as Oakland University's Athlete of the Week, one of the first times a esport athlete in the state of Michigan has had that honor. So congratulations to him. As now Dice is going to hit him with the back air up off stage, and now he's going to get back.
Hey, a win for one player is a win for us all. You love to hear that for Spectral. Cool story coming through, and right now he's playing pretty solid, but Dice very consistent in these sword character matchups. He plays against a lot of people who play sword characters. Has a lot of confidence in spacing around his moves and playing at the right distance. But right there, Spectral gets a grab, playing pretty well so far.
And one of the tricks of playing against these sword characters was the sword is a
to hear a crowd behind him, and MSU is always going to provide that.
Oh, that was a risky up B though. Landing, not getting punished too badly for it. And he's going to turn around, get a little back air for his troubles, and now the percent on Dice keeps on building. Okay, down air onto the ledge. Ooh, just barely missing the up smash. Utilizing up B to be like, hey, get off me, give me my space.
I love that down air to catch Dice off guard. Unfortunately, Spectral not able to find the biggest punish off of it. But now Dice in a precarious scenario. He's got to be careful here in this corner.
Yep, and now still at 152, and the percent keeps building. Good job rolling in, taking back center stage. And every single laser, it's building extra credit percent. You already have a bit of a lead. You want to just push that lead as further as you can, and every little bit of percent helps. But make it back on stage and across to even it back up.
Yeah, Spectral's been doing a pretty good job keeping Dice at bay. We've seen a lot of players get blown up much harder than he has so far in this set. But the ledge guard isn't going to come through from Dice. Again, he's very solid at ledge guarding these sword characters. He knows how to keep them in the corner. But so far, Spectral's doing a pretty good job getting back on stage and scrapping.
Yeah, and now those lasers still. Over time, the percent builds up, and now it's Spectral. Okay, Spectral's time to get out of it. Wow, the up B still, but ooh, not falling through the platform. eating the F smash to the face, and there goes OU.
That was a very smart sequence for Dice. You saw Dice hit Spectral up in the air once. The first time Spectral did an up B to get out of it, right? So the next time Dice hits him up, he knows he's going to do it. He just did it. So he waits for Spectral to use that up B and then just waits for him to float all the way to the ground, right into his grasp, right into his punish. Dice with a great second stock there.
That's one of the big things with playing Smash Bros. It's not just, how well you know your combos, but also how well you can recognize your opponent's patterns and their bad habits and really punish them for that. So excellent job from Dice going forward. And now it's up to Spectral to answer back here. Gets off stage, just got that ledge. A little F tilt, just poking with the sword, see what a little bit of damage he can get through here. Good job from Dice to keep his shield up.
Yeah, viewing Smash as a puzzle game does a lot of players very well. They're just kind of waiting to see what their opponent does and playing around it perfectly, almost involving more strategy than raw gameplay. As Dice catches a couple of down airs and puts Spectral on the back foot here.
Exactly. You can spend all day, but there's a back air. Ooh, just barely.
Unfortunate. That would have been crucial for Spectral to take that second stock and bring Dice down to 1, but Dice just barely survives with 130%, which means that he gets to hang on to 2 full brand new stocks moving forward as that percentage will reset.
Exactly. And now we wait patiently as Oakland is about to send in their next player. They have some of the best in the state. Like Anthony Isn't Cool as well. They got Trisket. They have plenty of answers here for Dice. So it's interesting to see who they're going to go with.
Yeah, this is one thing I love about crew battles is being able to see the teams talk out strategy and think, okay, Dice is a great player, but they have other great players as well. So we can't just send in our ringer right now. We have to play it cool, see what else we can do, see what our other options are before we just send out our best player. We do exactly that as we see Rob, the Snake player, coming up next. He has been playing fairly well today. And one interesting thing about crew battles, which I didn't know before today, is that you can't have 2 players with the same character. Mm-hmm. So Rob and Avian of Oakland University are both very solid with Snake. However, Avian has a second character that he's also rather strong with, and Avian is forced to use that second character as long as Rob is playing Snake. You can't have 2 Snake players.
Yeah, it's like...
It's an interesting dynamic that you have to work out, because both of them have good secondary characters. It's just a matter of which one is going to have to use it depending on the matchup that they're playing or who's feeling more comfortable.
Quite literally, it's a first string, second string situation. It's like, well, if,
exactly.
If you want to go with whoever's stronger with that character, and then, hey, if your Snake isn't up to snuff, then you have to play your secondary.
Right, who's got the better secondary.
Exactly. So here we go. Oh, hit my theme song. There we go, Gangplank Galleon. As we're getting into this one, obviously Dice has to lose 1 stock because he lost 1 last game. And they do a little taunt to signify, hey, we're ready to go, and we're getting right into it. And Snake is one of those characters, you're going to see a lot of explosions, people. Get ready to see a Michael Bay movie on screen.
Yeah, and these two, no strangers to playing up against each other. We do see every Monday night a weekly tournament that we have all the way over in Farmington Hills, Michigan, about 3 hours away from here almost. These 2 players play each other fairly often, just about once a week at that tournament. So not going to be any surprises for either of the players. Might be for us, though, as these guys can get creative.
Yeah, this is one where you're going to see a bit slower because it's all about who's going to get that opening first. We saw Dice right there with that up tilt, get a little bit of percent off of it, and wants to be very careful around Rob and all these explosions because they can cause a lot of damage really quickly, as that was a scary situation. Okay, we tech those.
Nice tech. Yeah, Rob played pretty risky off stage there, and it did not quite come back to bite him, as Dice is just barely able to make it back. I like the ideas there for Rob. I like swinging big in a matchup like this.
Okay, that little rocket launcher, that Snake can control the rocket as it's traveling, called Nikita. Not going to land right there, is now still making it back on the stage.
Yeah, and Snake being able to control that Nikita as it's traveling is so crucial. Makes it so hard for a lot of characters to get back from the ledge, especially Captain Falcon, whose recovery is either just sideways or just upwards. Could be pretty linear from time to time, pretty easy to block.
And now, okay, a little shield pressure, waiting to see if he's going to make a move. Don't twitch. Gets him off stage. Here's Nikita. Reversed right back. That reflector makes it so Rob just loses control of that rocket.
Yeah, that reflector can often come in at the perfect time for Falco and kind of bail him out of a corner. When you're stuck against Nikita, the reflector comes in just in time, and now is where Dice has to get really careful. Snake has quite a few moves that could take the stock at any moment, notably the very quick up tilt that Dice has to watch out for.
Yeah, and especially grab. You want to be careful. If you grab, then you're going to be down thrown, and you're going to be put to sleep, and that just makes it really easy for Snake to land that really big up tilt. But Dice isn't going to care. Dice is going to land the back air.
It's absolutely crucial here that Rob is able to take not only his 2 stocks off of Dice, but maybe 1 or 2 more off of MSU's next player. to keep OU neck and neck in this matchup.
Okay, down there, still putting on the pressure. Dice doing an excellent job of utilizing the reflector.
Unfortunate, but it works out.
Yeah, still going to land that F tilt and take Dice a second stock.
Yeah, you saw that that forward tilt attack for Snake. It's a little bit of a 1-2 punch, and we saw the first time he went for it, he fell out of the move before the second one could come through. It didn't turn out to bite Rob in the butt, but certainly unfortunate nonetheless. As we move on with Rob in a pretty good spot here.
Yeah, it puts a lot of damage on that shield. Like I said, if that thing breaks, you're kind of, stuck in no man's land. Can't really move. Have to just press as many buttons as you can to try and wake up. So you want to make sure that stock gets that little bubble shield gets really tiny.
Got to be super careful not to let that break all the way down, as you were saying. Sometimes the pressure can just be insurmountable though, and it gets scary. Ooh, I love that mix-up on Rob. He just pokes the shield, doesn't really commit to anything, and waits for Dice to jump. Very smart option, but Dice is going to come out on top of the interaction regardless.
And now, seems like every time Rob is able to make that comeback and sort of claw and get things a bit closer to being even, Dice has the answer to, hey, no, we're going to keep this lead.
Wow, what an extension from Dice. From the corner, he swings hard and comes back with 77% out of disadvantage. What a swing from Dice, who's looking to take 6 stocks now.
That's the blender right there, folks. You get caught in it, and there's no way to escape.
It's so important that Rob takes this, because if Dice is able to do it, then he's taken out half of Oakland's players by himself. But Rob gets that grab and sends Dice off stage, and this is where Snake thrives the most.
Yep, back through Nikita, but still not going to get around it, and Dice is going to get back on stage almost for free. There you go, center stage. Oh, you saw the back air wanting to come out. Instead, it's going to be down. Oh, no, goes for forward throw to keep him off stage. Nikita, once again, reflecting. But F-tilt, is that going to be it? Off it is.
Rob played very solid there. He's able to take that stock. Again, super high percentage. I keep harkening back to this fact, but it keeps coming through in such important timings. Rob holds on to that stock with 103%, and now he gets to reset only down 2 stocks. That was the difference there. If he lost that, they would be down 4 stocks.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're only down 2 with Rob resetting his stock and having a good chance to crawl back just a little bit more.
And that's it's crucial, especially on a character like Snake, who utilizes so many explosions that damage himself too. It's easy to accidentally get lost in all those grenades and accidentally realize, oh, wait a second, I just blew myself up for like 70%.
Yeah, you see Snake players often take their own stocks just because of missed timings, or they get panicked, caught in the corner. The C4 especially, you hide that, kind of lose track of it, forget how long it's there, and after, I believe, 60 seconds, it blows up by itself, maybe 30. And that can come back to bite you in the butt if you're not super aware of it, as Rob typically is.
Even in these kind of professional settings, people often forget to disconnect their pro controllers. It's crazy.
It happens.
I don't know how you do it, really.
To be fair, I will say, losing a set, or a game, a stock, whatever, and then having to stand up and slowly go through the process of disconnecting a pro controller is one of the most shameful things that you can do. You just kind of got to stand there with your head hung low and slowly go through the menu.
Just got to take that, and it's like...
Yeah. Just kind of pretend you're not there. I usually like to do it. I stand up, take a few steps away, and then I do it from far away.
Yeah.
So I don't have to face that heat. That's my move. Anyways, moving into this, we have Hawks, Rob. Both of these players, as well as Dice that we just saw, are ranked within the top 15 players in the state of Michigan. Not to mention just this tournament. As Hawk coming out with that Rob, a tried and true character player combo.
Yeah, been since almost a day one kind of situation here. The Rob been putting in work for a very long time. So versatile of a character as well, but it is a big body, so you're going to be more prone to accidentally get blown up by some C4, some grenades, or falling into a lot of these Snake combos. So it's going to be imperative for Rob to keep OU in this thing, to take this first stock off Hawk as we get right into it on PS2.
Both these characters are characters that have been around forever. Since the game came out, these two have been in the game, and not only in the game, but strong options, super common to see in top-level gameplay. As, yes, we do see this section of the crew battle go underway with an early bit of damage for Hawk.
Yeah, just set down the gyro, one of the strongest projectiles in the game that Rob has access to, as it can just sort of sit there as it's just a continuous hitbox, just sort of spinning in there. And also, one of the surprisingly hardest things to pick up there as Rob runs into a little bit before picking.
Rob is playing extremely well here. Gets 83% on right away, ever since that first bit of damage. However, Hawk comes swinging right back, puts on a solid 63% of his own, waits for Rob to jump. That was really good. You see he went under the stage there to bait Rob into jumping above him and then met him right where he jumped.
That's it.
Very smart option.
Picks up gyro, using like, hey, you take this back. That's your toy. I don't need it.
See, this is big for Rob. Getting a bit of extra credit here for his team is going to put him back into a one stock difference, which will be massive. And there it is. That's the one stock difference. Oakland University from down 3 to down 1. Good comeback so far.
Oh, and good job avoiding the up air, which certainly would have taken the stock. And the up smash, too, gets back on stage, and now Rob's off stage.
Rob taking another stock here would be just magical as we see Hawk all the way up to 86%. Having a hard time get back. That big body of Rob that you were talking about does not have the easiest time avoiding all Snake's options.
Yeah, good job teching and rolling back as well to avoid any kind of follow-up Hawk was trying to do. And now the Nikita, look at that little missile chasing him all around stage. How are you going to get back?
One more of those could spell disaster, and it does, as Rob brings it all the way back to a tie game.
And here we go, folks. 117, and all the momentum in OU's favor. Trying to keep it, trying to push it, maybe call ourselves into a lead.
You see Rob mixing up his movement super effectively right now, sitting just above Hawk, doing something called B-reversing. It mixes up the horizontal momentum, but Hawk is not going to be fooled that time as he gets him above, catches him with an up air, but now all the way down to 7-6. A great showing from Rob here in game 1.
Yeah, and that's what I mean when I say clawing back, just like whatever you can take.
Absolutely.
You got to make, you know, like we saw there, you have one stock left, you got to make the most of it. Rob doing an excellent job taking 2 of Hawk stocks to bring what is now could quite easily turn into, you know, flipping the script and end up with an Oakland lead after, depending on who they send in next.
That was about as much as they could have asked out of Rob, as he had a great showing there. And now OU has some decisions to make. They have 3 players remaining, but they're only allowed to use 2, right? Anthony isn't cool. They're definitely going to use him. One of the best players in the state. He might just be #1 in the PR next season due to some eligibility issues. But they're thinking about it right now because the real decision is going to be between Avian and Trisket. Trisket is a Pac-Man player. They often wind up with Trisket anchoring and going last. And he kind of has that clutch factor. He kind of has that going on. And Avian is a super solid Min player, and I do think it is just going to come down to the matchup and which one they prefer and who they are going to be playing against after Anthony Isn't Cool finishes his business as they send him up first.
Yes, and Anthony Isn't Cool playing Cloud, one of the best players in the state as well. It's just, that's what you're going to hear from both these teams. They're just, all of these players, like all the players on MSU.
There's not a single slouch in this matchup.
No. There's anything. There's nothing considered a weakest link in either of these 2 teams.
Yes.
So 6-7, and already we got game 1 added. This is a best of 3 as well. So depending on who wins game 1 and who wins game 2, we could get a potential of 3 crew battles to determine a champion.
That would certainly be a treat.
Absolutely.
I'll be really excited to see that. And see, this is great for Oakland University so far to be holding it so tight, because the thing about MSU that we keep harkening back to is that all 6 of the members that they brought have or most likely will soon be ranked top 15 in the state, where Oakland University only has 2 of those of such ranked players. So for them to be holding it so tight and threatening to win is just fantastic, especially considering the last time these 2 teams faced against each other at a major called Riptide just a couple weeks ago. MSU took it pretty handily. They beat Oakland University with 5 stocks to spare.
And now we're going to see Anthony Isn't Cool here, the Cloud extraordinaire. You're going to see what he can do. Possibly, you know, he's hoping to end this with MSU in the deficit. Give OU the bit of a lead here. Going back to PS2, starting off the gentleman starter.
Hawk's going to lose 2, and here we go. Yet again, we have another matchup that we have seen time and time again. Anthony Isn't Cool fighting up against Robs very frequently. And today it will be the Rob of Hawk. And we'll see if he has the chops. We'll see if he has what it takes to bring this back to even for OU, or if Hawk's going to take a couple stocks in the process.
Already charging limit, because using that's probably going to be where Anthony's going to find a kill move early, is with the that big, you know, that power gauge on his little character screen, because that will power up his special moves as well.
Yeah, it's one of the strongest tools that Cloud has. You can charge it up over time, and it charges after you get hit. That little limit meter, when it fills up, he turns blue just like this, and all of his special moves get stronger. It also makes him a little bit faster. So that is such an important resource for Cloud to manage, as Anthony Isn't Cool has done so well so far in this set, as we have both players up to 80% now.
Yep, and now landing, trying to get back to center stage, a little bit of footsies. Trying to see who's going to get that opening first. Good job parrying the big laser and catching the gyro as well. One of the hardest things to do, surprisingly.
Both of these characters are the types that can swing big and take a stock at any moment. Hawk almost doing so right there as Anthony was off stage, and the up smash not going to do it. Anthony comes out on top of the scramble.
Yep, wins that parry and gets a little upbeat to keep building, but he's going golfing. 1,
Whoa.
2. Keep your eye on the ball, son.
Couple of up smashes in a row, and now Anthony has limit. He might have to use it to recover, though. That's the one thing about it. When you get off stage, you have to use that up B limit to recover. And it kind of wastes what could be an attack just like that one, as Anthony is able to tie it up at 6 stocks apiece. Oakland University is looking threatening right now. MSU needs to be careful.
Absolutely. This is where, you know, we talk about how these matches can quickly snowball in one way or the other.
Yes.
This is one of those moments like, uh-oh, Anthony took 1 stock. He's got 3. We're back to even. This could go either way.
As momentum starts to build and the rest of your crew starts to cheer you up and hype you up behind you, you can sometimes feel unstoppable in these crew battle scenarios. And now it's up to MSU to do a little bit of strategizing, which they haven't really had to think too hard about throughout this tournament so far.
Talk about your friends, your teammates hyping you up. Don't forget about the wonderful crowd we have out here today for Art Prize here at Rosa Park Circle.
Oh yeah, and there's
They like what you see, let the players know.
nice little group of people. Love to see it. What is Tony doing?
Oh, he's cheesing.
He's typing something.
He's trying to communicate.
He's got a devilish little grin on his face. What's he up to?
What are you scheming, Anthony? He's scheming something. Little
Whatever it
powwow.
may be, MSU is scheming as well. You see them all huddled up right now, fully focused. One thing that fascinates me about MSU is that despite having such a big skill gap over a lot of the other colleges, they still take every match just as seriously as any other one. They talk about strategy. They talk about, like I know their coach was having the players avoid sitting in the sun to avoid exhausting them and getting them tired. I know that they have like required reviewing sessions where they look at each other's videos and say, this is what you could have done better, this is what you did well. MSU takes this very seriously.
Oh, yeah.
And clearly it pays off.
And even then, it's all about not only just, playing the game to the best of your ability, but taking care of yourself to the best of your ability. I know for a fact, they go to the gym together as well, because while, yes, we do play video games for fun and compete.
Yeah, they have required workout sessions.
It's just as much as taking care of your body as it is taking care of your mind.
It's important.
Healthy body equals a healthy mind, which is going to help you play at your top potential.
That practice of having health coaches and fitness coordinators and stuff for esports team kind of started in the mid 2010s. There were a few CS:GO teams that got really big doing that and had a lot of success. So now the idea of keeping your players healthy, making sure they're all having good lives outside of the game has been a very important thing. And I mean, it shows off here. All these players in this set are clearly in pretty good shape, good guys, strapping young gentlemen.
Oh yeah.
And they can be monsters on the sticks if they so choose.
Absolutely. So, still a little deliberation going on here. Shout out to Steelcase.
MSU is thinking.
Steelcase, one of the wonderful sponsors of this event, who actually gave
one
away.
Of many.
Yeah.
One of many.
And was giving away two of these wonderful chairs we're sitting in now, and the players are sitting in. So.
Oh yeah, these chairs are mad comfortable.
Absolutely.
You can lean back a little bit.
Big fan.
A little bit of lounging. We love this. We love it. I feel like this would be good to read a book.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Get the armrests up high, elbows up. Ooh,
Top
I'm reading.
of the line.
I don't even like reading, but I feel like I would read a book.
Oh yeah.
If I had this chair.
It's
Get a Steelcase chair and you'll learn how to read.
Yeah. You'll just gather your own library if you get a Steelcase chair.
Books just show up in your house, as it looks like MSU has deliberated enough and they have decided to send out Suspect, who, and this remains true as long as he was not lying to me.
Yeah.
He claims
we need to fact check this eventually.
He claims to have never been knocked out of a crew battle. Every time he's been sent into a crew battle thus far in this school season, he has taken the rest of the stocks needed to complete that. I doubt that this will happen here, as there are two very strong players in his way, and he's going to have to take 6 stocks in a row. So if he would do that, I'd be more than impressed.
Absolutely.
As he might not even get through Anthony here.
Yeah, and these two already have a storied history playing against each other. So Suspect plays one of the most volatile and powerful characters in the game with Kazuya, who we saw earlier up here has the potential to TOD as we call it, or touch of death. From all he needs is one hit to open you up, and then can do all the damage he needs to take your stock. So we're gonna see what's in store as we got this even matchup between Oakland University and MSU, Suspect versus Anthony Isn't Cool. We're going to Smashville.
I'm excited to see it, as Kazuya is, or Suspect rather, is one of the few players in Michigan who can really pilot Kazuya to the best of his ability. Most of the moves that Kazuya have that are really effective require just an extra input, a little bit of a pattern, if you will, to actually get correctly. And Suspect is just as consistent as the best of them with those inputs.
Yeah, the strength of this character really lies in the how technical it is to execute like what his most powerful moves.
Suspect unable to find that opening there, and you can hear it in the venue whenever Kazuya gets a hit. The whole venue kind of gets quiet. You can hear a pin drop. It's like, what is he going to do? What is going to happen? Because like all the players know what Suspect is capable of.
Yeah.
Anthony Isn't Cool definitely included in that. As you see him playing very, very patient, very cautious. That platform is going to be Anthony's friend, as Kazuya doesn't have the best aerials, and Cloud does. So it's going to be pretty good to space out as that dash attack takes the stock, and Anthony Isn't Cool is surging.
Excellent job, just sort of baiting the options from Suspect. Just sort of like, am I going in? Am I going to hitch it? No, and then dash back, and as soon as Suspect throws that grab out, whiffing it and punishing accordingly. As the percent keeps building, it seems like Anthony, that's the move to be on the lookout for. Electric Wind God Fist. It sort of freezes your opponent in the air and allows you to get all these, that's the crux, the beginning of the touch of death, as you will.
Yeah, that is exactly what Kazuya needs, and that was an incredible sequence for Anthony. Everything he wants Suspect to do, Suspect is doing. He is conditioning him, not like Shampoo. He's playing very well.
No, he's playing just as cleanly.
Yeah, yeah, he is. As that up B comes through from Suspect, gets a lot of damage, puts him way up high, but doesn't quite take the stock. Suspect kind of flailing. This should do it here. As the up throw, not quite going to take the kill as Anthony stays alive, looking to 3-stock Suspect here.
Oh, and still avoids the up B, gets on ledge, and still ends the up air. Okay, wow, look at that shield damage. Just one little roundhouse does. Back throw at 205 will most likely do it. No!
Wow,
at
Kazuya not having the kill throw. Very seldom do you see somebody live to a 222% against Kazuya. Not to mention Suspect's Kazuya, but here's the thing. He's far from out of this. Suspect is super good at running these back. If he can find an opening, that'd be huge. But Anthony Isn't Cool is just playing too evasive right now.
Yeah, just not letting him get in. Doesn't even give him the time to really almost input that electric. He's off stage again. Looking for that spike to really end it in style, end it with authority. Gets the rage drive online. That's gonna make one of his moves hit even harder. Okay, he has limit again at 139. Possibly looking to finish this in style.
Oh, that could have been it.
But that's the move. Okay, gets the turnaround.
There we go.
Only needs one. So we off to the races.
No,
you have to drop it there, but here we go. Second time around. Follows it on the platform, gets it. Up B's going to connect, and that's what we're talking about.
That is crucial for Suspect, and you can see it on Anthony's face, because now at 130%, Suspect still has a chance at taking this last stock, and even if he doesn't, that means Tony only has one going into MSU's next opponent, who could very realistically take 4 stocks.
He wanted electric there, but didn't get it. Instead, he's still on platform, but it's going to drop down back air off the side. And for the first time, to our knowledge, Suspect is knocked out of a crew battle as Anthony Isn't Cool gives Oakland the lead.
Oh man, this is about as intense as a crew battle can possibly be, as Tony here is going to look to extend just as much as possible, as MSU not going to have to think about it this much. They're going to send up Rydra.
Yep.
And here's the thing. The 2 players that Oakland has remaining are not quite as successful in the past against Rydra as Tony is, who has limited success in his own right. So Tony's main thing here, if he can take 1 stock, then that means his last teammate only has to take 2 as opposed to 3. They go in with a lead. So this last interaction here is going to be crucial for Tony to allow his teammate to have a bit of a head start here against Rydra.
Absolutely, absolutely. And Rydra is the Rydra puzzle, is as you will. Has been a tough one to crack for a lot of Michigan. Yeah, since coming to the state all the way from Colorado to attend MSU. Rydra's been sort of cleaning house on a lot of these things, taking names from all the way up and down the state rankings.
Yep.
Just last night, taking out #1 in the state, as well as like top 30 in the world.
Yes.
Onan,
incredible
West Michigan's own Onan, or Pocket at this point.
Oh yeah, he changed that tag to Pocket, didn't he?
So here we go. Rydra playing Ridley, one of the characters that holds the key to really exploit one of the biggest weaknesses is from Cloud, which is his offstage capabilities. His utilizing all the resources to get rid of anything that Anthony can do to recover.
Yeah.
Is going to be the key for Rydra to make this thing back even.
See, and here's something that makes this matchup tough between Cloud and Ridley. Cloud has a pretty clear main strength and a pretty clear main weakness. The main strength being his big sword, his ability to space out, his ability to throw out moves that contest his opponent. Ridley can counter that pretty well. He has equally as large moves, and that main weakness is his ability off stage is a little bit lackluster, and Ridley's is peak. So Ridley is a character that's almost built to counter Cloud, but Anthony has been able to overcome this matchup quite a few times.
Well, it seems like every day there's a new Ridley in Michigan coming out. So we're going to see. This is one of those matches that slowly the stage starting to figure out more and more. But right now, he has limit on line. It's going to be key to land this and get a lot more damage.
Yeah, and as I was saying earlier, just taking one stock here for Anthony is so crucial. Obviously, anymore is greatly enjoyed as that finishing touch not quite going to connect, and neither is Rydra's forward smash. But Anthony breaks his shield.
Popped his shield. What's going to be the punish? Gets a big-ass smash to take the stock.
And now that's huge for Anthony because he still only has 47%. He could potentially take another. But this means, at minimum, his last teammate is going to have a one-stock advantage. But Anthony's still surging.
Anthony is moving. He is rolling with it now. And you saw, I like the little thing. When he had the shield break, he took a little bit of time, built more limits. That way he could get another limit
very smart.
Quickly as soon as he took that stock. But Rydra trying to catch his landing with an up smash, not going to land. And the percent keeps building. 84. Almost has another limit on line.
Anthony is moving differently right now, much to the chagrin of Rydra, who is way on the back foot. Even percents here with Anthony already taking plenty of stocks, looking to take more. With limit on line, Rydra has to be so careful here, as Anthony is going to have to use it to recover, fortunately for Rydra.
Yep, and avoiding the back air on the first time, but not on the second time, as Rydra is going to clean that one up with 2 stocks remaining. 3-2 in this game number 1. You couldn't ask for a better opening.
Now this right here. This is where, as I was saying earlier, just taking one stock here for Anthony is so crucial. Obviously, anymore is greatly enjoyed as that finishing touch not quite going to connect with neither as Rydra's forward smash. But Anthony breaks his shield.
Popped his shield. What's going to be the punish? Gets a big-ass smash to take the stock. Second he took to build more limit, allowed him to make the most and get another one.
Yeah, that was very smart for Anthony. He played it well, but he just wasn't able to take that second stock. And now Avian, who...
You mentioned earlier, unable to play his main Snake.
Yes.
Because teammate Rob already did. But we're
He's going to have to play Min Min, I do believe, unless he has another character I'm not aware of. However, I do believe Min Min versus Ridley does not sound very good for Ridley.
No, it doesn't.
It really does not.
Min Min, character from ARMS, is known for having some of the longest reaching normals or light attacks in the game. Because her arms are ramen noodles. They're just like, they just stretch out
Very
forever.
long.
They can cover the whole stage. So,
seeing Ridley is known for having trouble approaching.
Yep.
And Min Min is just incredible at preventing that from happening.
Absolutely.
And the big thing in this matchup is going to be, I know, pretty typical for Ridley in rough matchups. If he can get Min Min off stage, that's going to be the difference maker. So
Absolutely.
It's all about Avian holding his ground, planting his flag in the middle of the stage and saying, come and get me. I'm not going anywhere.
Try and make it through this wall of arms. I got everything you want. We got chakrams. We got
not an easy wall to get through.
Yeah, we got chakrams. We got dragon lasers, and we got a big old electric wrecking ball to hit you in the face with.
Yeah. So for a brief explanation,
Yep.
Min Min has 3 separate arms. They all do different things. The chakra, more of a circle shape, is real quick. It goes at an angle. The dragon is going to come out kind of at a medium speed and do medium damage.
It also has a laser.
Yeah, it does have an extra laser at the end. And the last one, Megawatt, that's going to be what's getting your kills. It's going to be a little bit slower, but it's doing a lot of damage. So I'm interested to see which one of those Avian is going to mostly lean on. I know that there are various pairings that players tend to go to, but Avian is going to lock in as we get started with the final 2 players in Game 1 of this crew battle, trying to see who can take the lead in the set going into Game 2.
Yeah, here we go. And now, off the start, Rydra has to lose one of his stocks. They're going to taunt in the beginning to really say, let's get it on. And here we go. Already, you're looking to see Avian at center stage plant that flag, plant his feet, try and force Rydra, like, hey, how are you going to get through this?
Rydra finds a good approach, though, puts Avian in the corner. And that's the thing about Min Min is that she doesn't want to be in the corner, but even when she is, she has quite a few solid options to get out of it. So it's going to be about Rydra just trying to catch Avian with a telegraphed option every now and then.
Oh, and look at that.
So far, unable to do it. You see just one connection, the crowd's getting excited because they know what's on the line here. Taking a lead against MSU would be crucial.
Absolutely. 70%, 80% already to 55. just all that pressure coming off. But look at that dash attack, having to
What a recovery.
use jump, make it around the fireballs.
Yeah, those Ridley fireballs cover such a good angle to stop people from recovering, but Avian was just barely able to get above them in what was a very good recovery, as he has Rydra on the back foot right now.
Yep, angling down these arms to try and catch, hit Ridley right on the fingies, but not going to land there, as now the Megawatt is out, the kill power is here, but good job avoiding that back there. That certainly would spell death.
See, and again, Avian doesn't need to take stocks at the same rate as Rydra. He only needs to take 2, where Rydra needs to take 3. So even though this game is pretty much even, Avian has a big lead here.
Oh, and they're just feeling each other out still. Look at that F-tilt just taking it off the side, almost killing.
If Avian takes the first stock here, the hill that Rydra would have to climb would be so large.
Oh, just feeling out still. Center stage, a couple arms back and forth. Gonna make it around the fireballs once again. How are you gonna get back on stage? Now you're gonna get grabbed, and there goes your stock.
It's gonna do it. Crowd getting excited. You hear the MSU crowd cheering on their boy as he was able to take that first stock. That's big, but it's not all that you need. Rydra still has a bit of a mountain to climb. As Avian gets knocked off stage. This could be scary. Rydra commits for a ledge guard.
Yeah, spot dodge not gonna last too long. He's gonna get hit, still hit by that rapid jab. He's still off stage. He's going deep, gonna make it back. Still gets caught. And there's the stock.
Oakland University's making some noise. MSU is no quiet bunch themselves, though. They can match that sound as Rydra gets him off ledge. This is where Avian's going to struggle the most.
Yep, he makes it back, though. The tether recoveries are exploitable because your character is not fully immune when they're just sort of hanging from their arms.
Yes. That's another thing. That mid-min up smash is also going to reflect those fireballs, alleviate some pressure, but Rydra looking like he might be able to even up this game.
Look at that, 36% lands the Megawatt, and now avoiding it. There you go, Nair, and another Megawatt lands.
Just any given hit for Avian before losing a stock is crucial, as he's able to put Rydra further and further in disadvantage. We call that extra credit in the scene.
Absolutely. Extra credit keeps building. He's looking to get an A+ in this class.
A++ at 104, 105%. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, Rydra gonna whiff an F smash. No real punish for it, but here comes the Dragon Laser.
Avian's looking great here. Has Rydra in the corner. This is where Ridley struggles so much. He gets out with a dash attack, though. Throws a haymaker up against the ropes. Avian's going to swing from below the stage. He loses his stock, but 106% on Rydra. He's got to be careful.
Doesn't have the recovery. It all comes down to this. This is going to determine the tone. Who goes up one game apiece? Here we goes up one game. Off stage, it's the laser, not landing. Rydra's deep. There's a chakram off the side. He'll do it. And with that, Oakland goes up 1-0 over MSU in this best of 3.
Avian in clutch time is able to take it over Rydra with a 1-stock lead, coming in absolutely clutch. You got to give props to Tony, who made a super solid run to put him in that position as Oakland takes the first game off of MSU this whole bracket.
Folks out there, if you like what you're seeing, let the people know. Give it up for that.
Some noise.
There you go. Come on.
There you go.
It's only going to get better, folks, as this keeps moving on. But hey, if you're Oakland, you can't put the cart before the horse. You still have another game to win if you want to hoist that trophy and take home the victory.
Yeah, now MSU really needs to lock in here because, again, in the past, MSU has beaten OU pretty comfortably. MSU has taken a set over this exact same team, same roster, same everything, with 5 stocks to spare. So to come in here and lose game 1 has got to rattle them. I don't think they've had to deal with this type of adversity as a crew yet.
Absolutely, and it's like Tony coming in big, getting all.
Yeah, man.
Like
Big Tony, man. That's what we call him. That's what we call him.
You know, he says he isn't cool, but at the same time, that was some.
He might be cool.
He might be cool at this point.
I hate to say it.
At some point, you might have to change the tag and be like, hey, maybe I am cool. Who knows?
Anthony is cool coming. Whenever he gets #1 on the PR, Anthony is cool. Yeah. He's got to change it. That's an idea. Write that down, Tony. He's busy. Whatever.
Oh.
Yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. They're strategizing. They got to think about it because this big trophy in the middle of the stage is tantalizing. I don't know if y'all saw it. The high school trophy. It's a pretty similar one.
Made by the wonderful
trophy. It's big. It's shiny.
Oh yeah, made by the wonderful people over here at the Kendall Art Institute. So
put together a good piece of art for us.
Oh yeah, that's
well appreciated. Well appreciated.
It looked good in any trophy case, where that ends up being in East Lansing or in Oakland.
Yeah, it's definitely a trophy worth fighting for. As we see both teams huddled up and smiles all around for both teams. You see MSU behind me.
Yeah.
You see Dice just cheesing. He's ready. He knows he's got it. He knows they got it. He knows it's not over.
Yeah, he's not sweating.
OU feeling the same way. Maybe a little bit more stressed. They're feeling like, okay, we got one. We just need one more. close it. Let's close it more and more.
You give MSU an inch and they'll take a mile.
Oh, they will take a mile. They will certainly take a mile.
Now
OU is certainly not the type of team to give inches.
Yeah, they're
As
still.
you see their captain hyping up the team. A lot of head nodding over there. MSU staying hyped. Dice is getting the boys into it, getting them involved. I love to see this. This is why I like crew battles so much. That moment with your team in between games where you're saying, we got this, we can do it.
We got this. Hey, we ain't out of the
That's why
woods
we do
yet.
it. That's why we play the game.
Exactly. It ain't over till it's over. So
Very true, very true.
don't throw the baby out with the bathwater.
So what are you looking to see in terms of adaptions here? Moving forward for MSU, what needs to happen? What didn't happen there that needs to happen now?
I definitely think we're going to see a swap up in which players are chosen because MSU brought along 6 with them, so they have 2 substitutes.
They got options.
They got options.
Yeah, in that last game, we didn't see Arcty or Crash.
Yeah.
2 very solid players.
Which I think Arcty might be one of the ones we see start out this next one.
That's possible. We do see Arcty start a lot. He plays Palutena, a very consistent character, and he's a very consistent guy. You don't really see him come out and just have a bummer of a performance. He kind of puts up pretty consistent performances. Crash, on the other hand, is a bit more of a wild card.
Yeah.
You'll see him come out at major tournaments and put up a nuts placement, make a great run, and then a couple weeks later, you'll see him enter a local and not do so hot. You know what I'm saying? So I am very interested to see if MSU is going to be interested in sending in a wild card in a bit of a high pressure scenario. It's kind of a roll of the dice, but they do have dice on their team. So.
Yeah.
maybe a favored dice roll.
It helps to play when you have Lady Luck on your side with dice being on your team.
Yes.
So
Roll the dice, if you will.
so.
And I will. Ooh, the wind.
Oh yeah, the wind's picking up a little.
Y'all hear
bit.
that? Y'all hear that?
It's a nice breeze.
It feels good.
Oh yeah.
I've been warm all day. It's what, like 80 out here? I got a jacket and a long sleeve. It's warm out here. People keep walking up to me like, aren't you hot? Aren't you hot? Someone walked up to me earlier. He's wearing a hoodie. He goes, aren't you like burning up? I'm like, dude, you have a hoodie on.
I mean, the answer for me is yes, I am.
Like, yeah.
I'm melting it.
Of course
inside.
I am, but
But you know, the breeze makes everything a little bit more bearable.
Hey, I'm sweating, but that's why they call it drip.
Oh yeah,
You know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
You're right on that one.
Oh man. We're locking in. It looks like Oakland University is sending up Rob as their number 1.
All
He's
right.
giving us a little wink.
Yeah,
Okay,
Rob's
Rob.
cheesing.
Relax.
Rob's cheesing.
Relax. We get it. Look at him, handsome young man right there. Moving into this, I am really interested to see how the order is going to affect things. Because I do think Oakland University got just about as fortunate as they could have gotten in terms of order. And Rob is going to go up against Dice.
Oh, so we get a bit of a run back from game 1.
Yep. Dice looking to get his revenge.
So they're going to talk it out, see which stage they're going to go to first. Probably PS2. Although, do you want to give a zoner like Rob, although a character that can zone like Snake? Do you want to give him PS2, where it is sort of a wide open area?
Smashville, that would be interesting. Smashville, a very small stage. It's hard for Snake to make the most of his spacing out type moves.
But still, that's more condensed space, tighter space to fill with explosions.
Right,
so.
maybe it's even harder to get away from. Benefits and pitfalls to every single stage, indeed. However, it looks like they're going to settle on a small battlefield as we see a bit of a music pit. We'd love to see that. Get into it. As you see, neither of these guys rocking earbuds. They're both taking in the atmosphere, taking in the environment.
Yeah. Let the energy of the crowd feed them. See who's going to give them the momentum.
That's all. I like to see, based on whether or not a player is wearing earbuds, how much they perform under pressure. You know what I mean? Because I feel like earbuds and headphones are kind of a pressure blocker.
Yeah.
It's like kind of trying to like ignore the pressure. Where if you're going no earbuds, that means you want it. You want the noise, and bring the noise indeed as we go into game 2. OU holding a 1-0 lead off of MSU for the first time.
Starting off on small battlefield, so this is sort of that mid-range between that Smashville size and the PS2 size. So it's going to play perfectly towards both characters as they're just sort of setting up. And now already starting with the just creating space and look at it, he's crawling. I don't care about your lasers. Shoot as many as you want. What are you going to do? You got to come over here to me.
And that's one of those things that makes this matchup difficult. Any matchup where the opponent can duck under Falco's lasers can make it a little bit difficult because Falco doesn't have the best options to approach. So if your opponent can kind of just crouch under the laser, not be forced to walk towards you at all, sometimes Falco can struggle like this. Like, what does Falco do here?
Yeah, how does Falco approach in the situation? He can really only just, hopefully hope he can run up and up tilt, but at the same time, Snake has all the capabilities. Like, Grenade comes out, it was one of the fastest moves in the game to just pull out.
Yeah, quick move. There's also Nikita off stage. The down air is going to connect as well. Rob is putting all these moves in the right spots as Dice is stuck in the corner now.
Yeah, there's the up tilt he was looking for. Already starting to put him in the blender. There's 49%. He keeps building, but he needs more because he's already down 128. Down throw. No, goes for the back throw instead. Nikita pressure off stage.
Ooh, well, really scary to land on that platform above Snake. As I mentioned earlier, he does have that up tilt that comes out super fast and does a lot of damage and takes a stock early. So Dice has to be very weary of that.
And down tilt almost killing off the top. And instead, dash attack is going to land. Little Nikita just going to float it out there.
See now Dice with max rage. Once a character gets past 150%, their attacks do more knockback, but Rob is able to take the first stock, and OU is getting into it.
Down tilt off the top looks like a Falco kill move. Falco going to do the same exact thing as now the grenades come out and the explosions start landing a bit.
That Nair's going to connect for Rob. Each individual hit is hyping up the OU crowd more and more. These guys are getting into it. They're getting excited as Dice is on the back foot right away. Rob is playing very well.
Oh, down tilt trying to catch that approach, almost calling it out. Instead, back air is going to land a little bit and using the Cypher to really, really go up high for that recovery. Oh, I like that idea, dropping the C4, not going to land. Instead, it's going to be up tilt. Like, there's that grenade. It doesn't matter because the back air comes for us all.
Dice trades it back, and with each stock taken, the atmosphere gets driven to a more intense space as both teams get more and more into it, try to out-cheer each other, try to make more noise than the other. Who wants it more?
Exactly, and now Nikita on stage. Dice again, trying to get back to center stage. That's where Rob's holding down strong.
Both these characters with a solid down tilt to poke, but Rob is going to find the F tilt to take it. Takes that stock off the side, sends Dice flying sky high. And now Oakland University rocking with another lead.
It was crazy because they started off, first game, fall behind early, and then claw their way back to take the lead late, and then hold on for the victory. And now we're starting to see the inverse. We're now OU coming out strong, holding the lead early. We're going to see how MSU can respond to that, how Dice can respond to that.
Yes, OU has been unrelenting since a rough start in the first game.
Oh, there's lasers, keep building percent, 100% on Rob. But he's going to be back throw. You went right into his face. Oh my gosh, betting the farm on it. Just barely getting away.
Yeah, and see, Rob, the reason he's going for such a bold option like that forward smash so slow yet so strong, is if he can take this stock, then he's going into his next game with 2 stocks. But Dice is not going to allow that. He wants it just as bad. Up tilt in the back air is going to do it. The next person to take a stock moves forward with a lead.
Oh, there you go, down air. Not going to land as he grabs on ledge.
Yeah, both players trying to catch their opponent. When you grab the ledge, there is 1/30th of a second or 2 frames where you're vulnerable. You see both of these players trying to make advantage of that as Dice is going to chase Rob way below the stage, but he makes it back to the ledge.
Yep, hits the wall, but press the right button at the right time. We tech those, as we say.
Of course we do. Of course we tech those. Of course Rob techs those.
Absolutely. I'd expect nothing less.
High stakes moment. It's what he has to do. The grenade's coming out, threatening on the ledge as Dice stays alive here.
Yeah, and takes back ledge, but oh my gosh, F tilt lands and he'll do it off the side. Oh, Oakland holding a 1-stock lead early.
Yeah, Rob's feeling good. Big head nods, bouncing up and down a bit as we see Oakland University going into it with a lead, and that's got to feel great as they had to claw back all of last game. Starting off with a strong beginning from Rob.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Rob looking strong, looking good, feeling good, playing good. And now it's up to MSU to respond because they're in the same place that Oakland was at the start of the last game.
And
down a stock.
Now the pondering begins for MSU. They got to think hard about who they want to send next, who is the best matchup to send into a white-hot Rob.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one to really think because looking forward, you sent in Suspect last time, but that didn't really. Or what? No, because Suspect came in for Anthony. That's right.
Yeah, we saw their picks last game not work out as well as they could have. But again, MSU right now has 5 players at their disposal, can only use 3 of them. So whichever one they pick is going to be crucial. Because that's the thing about bringing extra people is it does give you the luxury of counter-picking more and having some extra leeway. But on the other hand, it gives you the extra pain when you lose. It's like, man, should we have sent in the other guy? Would he have done better?
Yeah, you can't second guess yourself like at this point, and you just got to commit. And you can deliberate. For sure. You can think all you want. You can have like the group huddle and stuff. But really, it comes down to like who has the most confidence in this situation.
Yeah, who feels good?
You don't want to
feeling it.
you would rather send in a player like with a worse matchup but is more confident in playing
if
that
they feel
matchup
good about it, that's what matters.
than somebody that was like on paper has a better matchup against this character but they're not as confident as the other person. So
yeah, because I mean we've seen it already today. Players that are better on paper losing out just because they weren't feeling as confident. They weren't in the zone. They weren't in flow state. You know, and so far OU has just had an easier time tapping into that momentum that is just so potent in these crew battles.
Absolutely. It's Rob. You got to think there's almost a case of they're trying to ice out Rob, like have him get in his own head too much.
Interesting thought. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah. That's another
part of the
tactic.
strategy.
That's another tactic that I've come across with these crew battles is sometimes like you get the answer really quickly, but you take a bit of time to really think about. It's almost a case of they could be planning who they're going to send in third and fourth.
Yeah, they're like moving forward because they're probably thinking like, okay, well if we send in you now, then they'll send in this player later, and then who's going to deal with that? It's all about planning ahead, thinking about what you want to do. The strategy comes into play, and ArcD is going to come up next, who we didn't see in the last game. ArcD did not make an appearance in game one, but they're going to send him in when it matters most. Down a game, everything is on the line here for MSU.
Absolutely. The Peruvian powerhouse, you send him in when you want to get some stocks taken. And now it's up to ArcD, one of the cleanest, most consistent players that MSU has at their disposal.
A handsome man with a fierce game plan.
Absolutely.
Is ArcD. He comes through with immaculate consistency, and clearly they trust him to hold that consistency. ArcD looking to take 4 stocks and bring the lead back into MSU's hands.
Absolutely. As now we're going to get what stage pick. They're talking that out because there's so many layers to the crew battle format, obviously, besides just who you're going to send in, what character they play, but also the stage you go to, as that determines the matchup as well. It's so many it's like an onion. It's just layers on layers on layers. And that's why I love crew battles so much. It's one of my favorite formats.
Are they not going Hollow Bastion?
Oh, I guess not.
That's where they were at first. Maybe a change of faith for one of these players. They're going to consider it, talk it over a little bit more. 75 M.
WarioWare?
I'm down. They're going to go to Battlefield.
Yeah.
I do know a lot of Snakes love this stage because Snake has some pretty good setups on platforms, and notably Snake's C4. That's that move that you can drop down. You see a little red dot on the ground. When you see that flashing, just know that danger is a miss. And when that's on a platform, if it blows up while you're standing under the platform, you are in danger. So ArcD is going to have to be very careful with the way Rob works around platforms. But Palutena has some platform extensions of her own to kind of drag her opponent onto a platform, so to speak.
Whoa.
Issues with the controller.
Yep.
Not going to be a big deal, though, in the... a button check. They're doing a button check, sorry.
Button check.
That makes sense.
Yep, something that, this is also the players tend to do from time to time. If they haven't played the game in a while and they have to get back into things, as, warm your hands back up.
Yeah, we know ArcD has been sitting out quite a bit today. I want to say the last time he played was at least 3 hours ago at this point. Maybe that's a bit of an exaggeration, but he hasn't played in the minute where Rob is coming off quite a bit of gameplay. So ArcD is just going to look to get his hands warm, keep himself in the right mind, make sure his hands are moving right. Similar to how you would see a sports player warm up.
Yeah.
Similar type of thing.
It's no different than, stretching before a game or,
get your body ready for it.
Yeah, you want to make sure everything's working and that you can, perform even like your difficult tech, without really thinking about it.
Because Palutena definitely doesn't have a lack of difficult things to input. So ArcD wants to make sure he's in tip-top shape and he feels ready as the button check comes to an end.
So I wonder if they're going back to a Battlefield because that's a stage that really, we are. And that I like the stage because it benefits both players equally. Both of them, both Snake, like you said, has these setups with C4 on these platforms. And as well, ArcD has the capability to really just sort of run around and cover the stage with all these big moves, all these big multi-hitting moves.
Now, the other thing that Palutena can do on this stage is called teleport canceling. When you use that Palutena up B, you can teleport from platform to platform, and if you do it just right, it happens very quickly, and it's really hard to keep up with Palutena when she does that.
As here we go. We're getting right into it, folks. OU, MSU, OU holding a 1-stock lead in this pivotal game 2.
Rob just looking to take 1 stock, extend this lead as much as possible, as if ArcD is able to take the first one, it's going to be a 9-9 tie moving forward in the game.
Yeah, and now already those nairs, and a lot of people see the grenades as a get-out-of-jail-free card because you can just sort of pull it, hold on to it, and if you get caught in a combo like a combo like Palantina does,
Yeah, they're going to hit you both.
Yep, it'll hit you both and knock you right out of it.
See, an interesting thing about MSU sending an Arcti here, I think, ooh, off stage here, Rob's going to have to be careful. As Palantina chasing you up to the top of the stage, she has a lot of options to kill you off the top, so you kind of got to be careful with where you go. The down air doesn't do it.
Yeah, and that's something I'm liking to see from Arcti is like, he gets the back throw or gets you off stage with with some sort of throw, and then he'll just be so patient, like, is he going to hit you with the back air that'll kill you? Or, like we saw there, sometimes he'll just wait until he's right above you and can land the down air, but right there, it's going to come out with the F-tilt to even it right back up, 9 apiece, and then between MSU and Oakland.
There you go. Arcti's going to take that first stock, and now, yeah, as you said, 9 apiece. That's going to be big, and Arcti's pumping up his team, cheering at him, saying, get up, stand up, we're winning this.
We ain't out of this yet.
That's what Arcti's truly here for, man. He is the emotional support. He's been on sports teams. He knows what it's like to try and pump up your team. He's disappointed by the lack of energy. He's saying, get up. He's saying, get off your tuchus.
Yeah, hey, we're playing video games, but we got to bring the same energy that, the MSU football team brings, the same energy that the U of M hockey team brings. You got to bring it.
One of my favorite Arcti moments was at a pretty big tournament recently, Back to Smash. Rydra was playing, and his fellow schoolmate, Arcti's trying to cheer him on. He's doing this like Peruvian rugby chant.
Really?
And he's doing this like intense like Spanish chant, and it was super cool listening to the crowd get excited.
Oh yeah.
Arcti is definitely the man to lead a crowd into battle in a crew format like this.
That's 100%. As now Oakland sending in Spectral, one of their top players, and recently named Athlete of the Week for Oakland University.
Rocking the Oakland University Esports captain shirt. See that on the back, and he's going to come in. He's locked in, man. Look at Spectral. He's dialed up.
He is focused.
It's going to be huge for him. On paper, in terms of ranking, Spectral coming in as one of the weaker players on Oakland, but he has not looked like that.
No,
not looked like that. He's put up some great performances, taking 2 stocks off of Dice earlier, which is no small feat, to say the least.
And also securing his team's victory to make it into grand finals here. Off stage against U of M. Got a shield break last stock, so
Spectral's going to go back off to his team and kind of talk things over a little bit more. Maybe they're not totally confident in the pick. I do wonder. Maybe they're talking strategy. Hawk comes on stage.
You can't show that, dude.
What are you doing, Arcti?
Hey, there's children out here.
Is that the song pick? That's a song pick, probably. Showing us some of the audio waves to get him motivated.
Yeah.
What he's all souped up on.
What's going through his head at the moment?
As we are going to see Spectral returning to the stage, sitting back down, taking his station.
Talking some strategy. What's going to be the game plan going in for this one against Arcti? Such a solid player, both of them. This is one of those matchups that you'll see countless times throughout the remainder of the collegiate season, as these two, I imagine, are going to face off in normal brackets, crew battle formats for a long time coming.
Yeah, and I was talking about this earlier. For Oakland University to win a crew battle like this, it's going to take a magnificent performance from somebody. It's going to take an unranked player going toe-to-toe with a ranked player. It's going to take a ranked player destroying another ranked player, right? Someone on Oakland University has to turn up in every single one of these matches if they want a shot at winning. So who is it going to be in this one if they decide to win?
And we're going to find out right here as we got Spectral Arcti going right into it. We got Town and City, one of the bigger stages to choose from here, one of the tallest stage to choose from as well. So stock's not going to be flying off the top as commonly as they were in the past. And we're going to see what Spectral has.
I do like this pick, as very often Paluteano likes to try and take these stocks off the top. And that's going to be harder to do on a stage with a higher ceiling than most.
Ooh, and yeah, catching the landing on platform as well. The percent's dead even here.
Yeah, you see Spectral trying to swing big there, going for a forward smash, and I do like that idea. Against a player who comes in as the favorite, you wanna limit the interactions as much as possible by taking explosive interactions.
100% goes for a little ledge jumper, grabs the ledge as your opponent grabs it, so you can sort of force them off.
Yeah. Doesn't time it quite right, though. But Spectral is still moving, puts on the platform pressure. That's very scary for Arcti as the back air is going to send him out. Spectral just waiting on ledge. He catches the option, gets some damage on, but the up smash doesn't do it.
Yeah.
The scramble situation, no one comes out on top just yet.
Oh my gosh, this is scrambling. Okay, they're fighting in the Thunderdome, throwing hands. Big Nair off the side. Arcti's still alive. Gonna avoid explosive flame, but catches him. You can't be hanging on that long. It's gonna catch your fingies and it's gonna take your stock. But answering right on back with the back air.
That's big. Both of these teams making some big noise. And yeah, Spectral just wasn't quite ready for the hitbox on that explosive flame to last quite as long as it did. But it doesn't matter. He trades back pretty quickly.
Waiting to see what Spectral was going to do on that platform before finally punishing it with a back air. And still, again, the percent keeps building on Spectral. Arcti trying to bring MSU into the lead.
Construction worker, the way Arcti's building up this percent, just keeps going brick by brick, piling on and on to Spectral. But now, with a little bit of rage, as I mentioned earlier, mechanic could come into play here, but that back air is going to send all the way off the side. And now Spectral might be at a point where he's just looking to take this stock and make sure Arcti doesn't run away with it.
Yeah, you gotta answer back. Just like blow for blow. It doesn't matter that currently MSU's holding the lead. You just gotta answer back and bring this thing back to even. So we're gonna see a back throw. It's gonna be off stage. Goes for a forward air, not gonna land.
That's big damage.
Instead, here you go. These are the aerial combos Palantine is known for, and Arcti lands consistently 50% before you know it.
Spectral has to be careful here. A one-stock performance in a game as tight as this could be a catastrophe. He's got to put the pressure on ledge, and the Nair does it. Oakland University turns up a little bit.
Yeah, live and back up, both sides feeling it. 60% to 0. Arcti has him on ledge. Trying to see, trying to focus. Oh, goes for the big F smash, not gonna land.
You said both sides feeling it. I'm going to say all three sides because I'm feeling it here in the commentator booth.
Me as well, buddy.
I'm feeling it with the mic on, and that little projectile is going to be just enough to send Spectral back off stage, taking a solid 2 stocks off of Arcti, and we're going to see if Oakland University's next player is going to be able to put out his fire, so to speak.
And I have a feeling I know who's coming in next. This seems like the kind of moment where you'd send in Tony.
The man himself standing up, coming in third yet again, and it's going to be a similar formula. We're going to see if Anthony is going to be able, he's going to be tasked with something similar.
Yep.
Looking to take 4, maybe even 5 stocks and give his last teammate just a bit of a lead. Because again, we don't know who it's going to be. It's all going to depend on who MSU sends out. Because Oakland University is going to have 2 options after this. Do they want the Pac-Man or do they want the Min-Min? 2 slower paced characters. Sometimes they can suffer from the same downfalls. But they can cover some things in ways you wouldn't expect.
Now, something to keep in mind, one of these players' controllers is actually kind of low on battery.
Yeah,
so if that
comes into play, I swear to God.
And here's the crazy part, folks. So if the controller dies and the game pauses mid-set, if the player's controller dies, they actually have to lose a stock.
Yeah.
It is just one of the rules, so that way people don't pause.
Yeah. To encourage fair, consistent gameplay.
Yes. So it would be heartbreaking if that's how either MSU or Oakland continues to a lead.
Can you imagine?
It'd be brutal.
Oh no.
So whoever's controller is almost dead, I would recommend one of their teammates be running to grab a cord.
That also could have been one that was connected earlier and no one's using.
Could have been.
With any luck, it's that. Because I would hate to see that be a factor in this set, which is turning out to be such a nail biter. I'm gonna need to get a pedicure after this.
Oh yeah, this is a slobber knocker from start to finish.
Nair's coming through for Anthony, getting this movement straight. Here we go. We're going to get it on in just a moment as Arcti takes his second stock, and they both lean forward.
And here we go. Right into it. Anthony is a cool Arcti. This is a matchup time and time again. We've seen one of the hottest sets through this current season.
Arcti taking a stock here would be massive for MSU moving forward. Any stock off of Anthony is huge, as he has proven to be one of the strongest, most threatening presences on this Oakland University team.
And now this is kind of where Anthony really thrives. How are you going to get back on stage? Just these walls of back airs and these up airs continuing to land. There you go.
He got it.
Little opening from Arcti, but it's going to be the limit cross slash to do it, and we're back to even.
Comfortable stock. Oakland University getting out of their seat. And we see yet again a 6-6 tie with Anthony Isn't Cool on the sticks for Oakland. This is where MSU really needs to think about who's going to do best, because we've seen all of their players do well against Tony, but we've seen just as many of them do poorly. We saw Rydra come up earlier. He recently has had the more favorable set record against Tony, but ever since he came to Michigan, Tony's kind of been working his way back. He's learning the matchup a little bit better. It went pretty well for him earlier. He was able to take a stock with only one of his own, and it is going to be Rydra. This could be huge for Oakland.
This could very well determine which way the remainder of this match goes.
Yes, if Tony wins convincingly, their odds of taking this whole tournament, not just the set, the tournament, increase drastically.
Absolutely. Because now it seems like Tony is sort of the puzzle that MSU has to overcome, because once that's done, you have either Avian or Trisket, who, not to discredit them, aren't at the same caliber as Tony. Still very, very
and that's
strong
not even
player.
to discredit them, because
Tony is just that good.
You're looking at potentially 1 and 2 in Michigan, both of them top 5 at the worst.
Right. 100%. This is the upper echelon for this game in the state of Michigan.
Yep.
So here we
Huh? Probably a button check. I'm
I would assume a button check. I would assume a button check for Rydra.
Yeah, I saw someone on Tony's team yelled at him. I saw him look back and go, "It's a button check." Button checking with the can. Look at him move. Look at him move. He doesn't play this character.
He's still getting. Hey, he still has these focus attacks.
He's kind of getting busy. He's moving better than I would.
He's moving. Okay.
Come on, Tony.
A little shimmy, yeah, shimmy, yo. Okay.
Focused up, no attack. Come on. Oh, I love it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and you see Rydra, he's been sitting down for a while. He needs this button check to kind of get locked in. Tony, when he's having fun like this, he's scary, man.
Oh, huh.
He's scary. Looking over and seeing your opponent just cheesing when you're fighting for your life, it's not a good feeling.
When you're having your opponent's having the most fun they've ever had in this game, that is when you know, they're on another level.
It's people talk about this in other esports like Rocket League and CS:GO, the have fun meta of just like when you're having fun with your team and you guys are enjoying it, that's as good as you'll ever play. Tony trying to show off a little bit of that in this crew battle.
Yeah, you go for stuff that is more akin towards stylistic play, when you're really feeling it. Go farm some clips, as we say.
Yeah. Hey, when you're in the zone, sometimes style becomes optimal. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it doesn't feel excessive. It just feels like the thing to do.
Feels totally necessary in a lot of ways.
As we get into it, Game 2, Oakland University up 1, looking to make the upset and take home this beautiful, beautiful trophy. 6-6. Anthony Isn't Cool, looking to put his team in the lead.
Here we go. Small battlefield, going to be more tight-knit space. What a grab as well off the start from Anthony.
The awareness of your spacing to be able to do that, because that's not always true. You have to hit somebody at the very base of your sword. So for Tony to be able to react to where he hit Rydra and get that grab is very difficult.
Look at
and
this.
He is starting off strong, burning his limit.
105 unanswered percent. Parry, down smash. Still the percent keeps climbing. Anthony's sort of in that zone now. Rydra trying to do anything to create that space and get any opening. Finally gets a little bit of percent at 132. Off stage there, but this is one of those situations that Rydra can really sort of punish and take an early stock. Instead, off stage.
Man, that's the thing, is that a game between these two characters can be so volatile, because if Anthony gets caught off stage without a jump just once, Rydra is almost certain to take that stock. It may as well be a foregone conclusion.
Oh, yeah,
so he has to play on an absolute knife's edge, even when he's winning, which he now is.
And just like that, Oakland back in the lead here. Rydra gets him off stage, has to air dodge. He doesn't have jump, and he doesn't have limit
That's what I'm talking about.
So right on back, answers back 5-5.
2 stocks apiece. Who's going to take it off first? Tony mixing up his movement. If Rydra leaves Tony with a stock here, that could spell a disaster for MSU. He needs to lock in. He's trying to bring his team forward just as much as Anthony is. He wants it just as much. Both teams want this trophy.
The limit is online, gets a little bit of a spike ski on stage. There you go.
Ski.
Fair's going to land, has limit. Is it going to be? Goes for the limit climb hazard. That was a big call out, not going to land.
Yeah, Tony is swinging for the fences. He's not interested in no slow back and forth. He wants it now. He is hungry. And dinner is on the table in front of him. He just took a bite.
He wants to eat. He's like, feed me more.
Feed Big Tony, man. That up, he's gonna land it back on the ledge. Ryder gets the F2 way off stage. This is where Tony's gonna struggle. There it is.
Yep, has to land on platform. Instead, just eats that up smash. One stock apiece. This is it. There you go, Rydra. Percent keeps building. This is going at a breakneck speed. These two unafraid. Nobody wants to take this one slow. They want to be in their face, throwing hands, getting rid of the stocks as fast as possible. There you go. 80% keeps building. Limit is almost online.
Oh.
Rydra's going deep.
Way below the stage, evening up at 4 stocks apiece. This is massive for both teams. The first person to take the stock moves forward with a big lead as Tony's off stage, forced to burn his limit.
Yeah, forced to burn it instead. Here go, forward throw, down throw instead. Gets back on stage. I like to see that. Anthony taking control, center stage.
Comes out on top of that scramble with a nice little up air, or up B rather.
More limit, more cross slash landing. 121.79.
Sends Roger to the side. Anthony's swinging big. This is such a crucial interaction here. The forward air, and Anthony's going to do it with the up smash. Oakland University has a lead going into game 2. Up a game and up a stock. Anthony doing his job in spades, coming through in the perfect time.
Did exactly what his team needed and more. Here we go. Anthony is cool holding on to 1 stock apiece. 1 stock. MSU has 3 left. If they don't take the last 4 from Oakland, that's it. Oakland is going to win this thing, and they'll hoist the trophy first.
Anthony and Oakland University as a team are looking to stun the 1 seed. They are looking to stun the favorite coming into this tournament. And that's the thing that Oakland University really has to think about. It's all about who MSU sends up next.
Exactly.
Because that's what's so hard about this. You have This is all you could ask for in a cool battle.
You couldn't ask for anything better. Like
2 nail biters in a row
exactly.
is ridiculous.
And to reiterate, like Oakland and MSU, these are the 2 like top programs in the state.
Yep.
MSU is also considered one of the, like, from a team composition standpoint, one of the top teams in the nation.
Yeah.
So for Oakland to come in
top 3
and get this upset would be massive and have massive waves through the rest of the collegiate crew battle season. So
now, and see, here's the thing about this, is that in the past, today, neither of these 2 teams have played a close set all day. It's all been sweeps, it's all been stomps, they've been winning super hard. In the past, these 2 teams have played before, still wasn't close. MSU won pretty comfortably by 5 whole stocks. And now we're seeing Oakland University take the first game, and with a lead in game 2, this is where it's all decided. It's all up to Anthony Isn't Cool in Oakland to make the upset and take home the trophy. It all happens in this game.
And for MSU, it's all on Hawk. The surviving and forcing a game 3 lies solely on Hawk's shoulders.
Hawk has to take 4 stocks.
Exactly. And so when we say pressure makes diamonds, it's time for Hawk to shine.
And see, this is the thing here. Right now, if Hawk is able to take the first stock off of Anthony, he will go in to Oakland University's last player as the clear favorite to win it, right? Mm-hmm. However, if they trade stocks, if Hawk takes it first, or if Tony takes one first, then Hawk goes in with a stock deficit. We saw this happen in the last game. This last stock right here is so crucial for Anthony to put his team in a prosperous position.
And I think this is why they sent in Hawk, because Hawk is well known in the state for landing the Rob 0 to death.
Yes.
Based on the gyro and the nair that you're going to see.
All you need is that one opening.
Yeah, all you need is one. And so I feel like that's a good reason for sending in Hawk here, but you got to be careful. He already has limit on line, 65%. You don't want to make too big a mistake and actually, heaven forbid, a finishing touch like right there. He thought about it. Oh, he went for it. That would have certainly turned the tables here. Good job avoiding it, but still the percent keeps climbing, 111% to 78 on Anthony. The back air is going to poke. Instead, the big laser is going to come through and he's going to just build limit for free.
Hawk is hungry now. Off stage, is Tony going to let him eat? That falling air is going to be into a back air, and Hawk is going to go into this last matchup with a 3-3 stock count, which is massive. He goes into this as the clear favorite.
Absolutely, clear favorite, and it depends who are they going to send next. It looks like it's going to be Avian.
Sending up Avian again, man, to hold down the fort, the anchor.
It seems like the smart choice. He closed it out last time. Let's see if he can do it again. That means we're going to be getting more Min, which how do you feel about Min versus Rob?
I'm not going to lie, it sounds pretty tough for Rob.
It does.
It really does, because I hate to say it, it's a bit of a cliche in a Min matchup, but it is a matter of can Min wall you out, and then how well can Rob punish once you gets in. But that's the thing about Min. The ability to wall out in a matchup like this with such a big body on Rob is going to thrive. But one thing about Min is that she's not super strong on hitting opponents above her. And Rob is pretty good at lingering above. And I do think, actually no, I do know that Hawk is pretty comfortable with this matchup because his twin brother plays Min.
Yes,
a
lot of y'all may not know, but Hawk is actually one half of what is arguably the best doubles Smash team
they're up there.
in the nation.
They're up there. They haven't been around recently, but solid. Never one to forget about.
So, yes. No, for the longest time, Hawk was known as being just one of the best doubles players in the world. But now, really paving his own path is a very solid singles player as well. Like we said, has a lot of experience with the Min matchup. So this is going to be an interesting one to see. If he can start out with a 0 to death, that's going to turn like the whole momentum shift in MSU's favor. Yeah, as
Avian is going to have to play extremely careful, and Oakland University is looking for a star-level performance here from Avian. They are going to need an Avian masterclass to win this. As again, Hawk coming in as the better player, more wins, more history. Avian is going to have to lock in here.
And here we go. It's down to this. 3 stocks apiece. MSU wins. We go to game 3. Oakland wins. They win it all, and they take the trophy home. So all comes down to this.
Yet another opportunity for Oakland to put it away. They've had a couple so far, but this one is going to be their most important. And Avian hovering over me, Gunner?
No, you're just waiting to grab his tag. I think it's a case where Hawk has to select character first.
Right.
Even though he can't change characters, he does have to still select it first.
I was thinking about that. I'm like, wait a minute, Avian. Wait a minute.
But here we go, folks. Lock in. Players are. Let's hear it.
All right, moving forward into this game. Last matchup of this game. For sure, it's just a matter of who can take 3 stocks quicker. MSU looking to bring us to a game 3. Oakland University looking to take the set right now.
Yep, and now already we're seeing some of these early projectile games coming out from Hawk. The gyro and the laser are going to be playing a key portion to this one. Here you go, gets a grab. There's a throw. Nair not going to land. Instead, Avian's going to use Rob's gyro against him.
See, that's an interesting thing, is that when you're holding your opponent's item, you can't use A moves. You can't use moves with your A button, but Min has so many strong moves with the B button that a lot of the times if you get your hands on your opponent's item, you can just hold it and use B button, and your opponent isn't able to pull another one of those items. So that's one thing that could be tough about this matchup, is that once Min gets the gyro in her hand, Rob might not be able to pull another one for a long time.
So true. And now we got dead even percents here, as now Hawk is going to get Avian off stage and reflect the gyro back, and look at the damage that did because of the reflection. Okay, Nair's gonna land, gonna parry, but
wow,
you gotta
hit.
Yeah, gotta give her the landing hitbox.
Yeah, that's the thing about that down air move. It has that initial hitbox, but then there's another one once you land, and you have to time both of them correctly if you want to avoid it, which Hawk was unable to do there. The up smash is gonna connect, as Avian's playing very well so far. Has been able to avoid any strong Rob openings.
Gotta be careful of Megawatt as well. Down tilt, gonna allow to slide off and grab ledge. Here comes gyro, still coming through. Gonna hang at ledge just a little bit, but you can't hang on for too long.
Whoa,
that's gonna happen to you, and you're gonna get dunk skied to the center of the earth.
There it is. Avian using that reflector to send the gyro back to Rob is proving to be a really strong asset in this matchup. And here's that ledge pressure that Min is so good at. The down tilt doesn't do it, but putting on pressure ever more.
Okay, wow, look at that shield pressure, the patience. Couple hits, poke it to see what your opponent does and dash back. 135 to 22, the percent. Uh-oh, don't want to be stuck there. Let's call that one the meat grinder. You're stuck between a rock and a hard place, but instead the Megawatt coming out, and 2 stocks to 2.
Avian lighting up the OU side of the venue real quick, getting them excited. Takes that stock and now putting more and more pressure onto the shield. As that falling there tries to open up a combo, when it does so, Avian sent off stage.
Oh, missed up B. There you go, here it is.
That's massive. Hawk just needs one more, and MSU is going to take this to a pivotal, set-deciding, tournament-deciding Game 3.
Grand finals. The one that would the real decider.
Yeah, call it true finals. All right, what do we got? A couple of
That's it. He's going deep. And now he's forced to go to platform. And Megawatt lands. And all of a sudden, here we go. We got a last stock situation. Avian at 123. Hawk with a fresh 0%.
It could all come down to this. Hawk needs to take this stock to keep his team alive. He doesn't do so on that drag down. Avian pushes into the corner. Hawk pushes back.
Big laser just missing. And now, how's he going to get through? Nair lands, sends him up high. Gyro just barely falling off ledge.
Ooh,
okay,
gets grabbed. Is that it?
Down throw, what's going to be? Up air, lands.
Good DI.
Great directional input, holds it at the right angle to make sure he's going to live a bit longer. But the up air at the top is going to do it. And we get a game 3. Grand Rapids, let the players hear it. We get more of this wonderful event.
Oh, I'm getting nervous, Max.
Oh, I couldn't ask for anything better.
I can't believe it. My heart's racing and such.
Oh boy, me too. Wow. Ooh, this is good. Art Prize, you couldn't have gotten a better grand finals than what we got for you right here.
All right, take a sip, everybody. Settle in.
Ooh, take a deep
Calm
breath.
down a little bit. Here's your chance.
We got one more in store for you. It all comes down to the true finals.
Lower the heart rate a little bit. Do some breathing squares. You know, in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4.
Oh, count to 10, deep breathing. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, yeah.
As this is getting intense, both teams super focused. It's not a lot of smiles this time. You saw both last game, both teams were joking around a little bit, but it has come down to this. One more crew battle to decide this whole tournament and see who wins this majestic-looking trophy over here.
Oh my gosh, this has been.
I'm actually freaking out.
I know this has been an incredible day from start to finish, and we end it in the best way possible.
So exciting. Oh man, I love it. I love to see it.
Hey, Pocket.
With the big screen and such, we got it all. Look around us. Look around you.
Look at
all the smiling faces. All
downtown Grand Rapids, Rosa Park Circle. It's a beautiful Saturday. Breeze is flowing.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, I know. Look at this guy. He still has kept the suit coat on the entire day.
Hey, now with the breeze and the shade, I'm
yeah.
pretty comfy now. I'm pretty comfy. I was sweating a little bit earlier, but breeze and shade makes it comfy.
Oh yeah.
Feeling good.
Feeling good, looking good, and certainly plenty of really good Smash on display here.
See, I wasn't sure about it. Showed up with the suit coat. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. Someone's like, hey, I like the outfit. I'm like, you know what? I'm never taking this off.
Oh, yeah.
I might sleep in this.
I got a lot of compliments because apparently this is like, I don't dress this professionally too often, so everybody's like, dang, you're looking good today.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. See, I never do. You know what I mean? This is about as far as my formal wear goes. So, I don't know. We're out here, man.
Yeah, we out here. We're outside. It's beautiful.
Man, the strategizing kicks off. These two teams really got to think because that's what I'm saying. This last game, it all came down to the order of the players. The first game, it all came down to the order of the players. So it's all going to be about which team can strategize more effectively coming into this game 3 of the grand finals.
Do you think MSU starts with dice again because they've gone to dice as the
Beats
opener
me.
the last 2 times? Really, that's the tough part is as commentators, all the strategizing and all that stuff, that's down to them. We're going to be just as surprised as you are as who's going to come up first for this winner take all game 3.
See, the other thing about this is that MSU has a player that we've yet to see, and so does OU. Oakland University has Trisket, who is very good in clutch situations. He winds up playing the anchor quite often, and he tends to do so very effectively. He is the type of guy that thrives under that high-pressure scenario. And MSU has Crash, who is kind of the ultimate wild card.
Yeah.
Like he could easily come into this crew battle and take 6, but he could also come in and take 1. You know, so I do wonder if we're going to see a mix-up for MSU. Their order worked out pretty well in the last set.
Certainly the
someone's going to throw a wrench in the system.
Yeah, certainly the call for the Hawk anchor paying off dividends.
Yes.
It forced this deciding game 3.
So it has come. So far, the only mix-up that we've seen from Oakland University is their first 2 players. They just kind of switch those back and forth.
Yep.
So I wonder if, I was just about to say this. We're going to see Avian come out first against Rydra. We saw Avian earlier in this set in game 1 take 2 stocks off of Rydra in clutch time. We'll see here if he can do it again. Putting up 2 here would be great for Avian, as this is arguably MSU's strongest player versus arguably Oakland's weakest. So a strong, solid performance here from Avian would be incredible.
Yeah, and we saw at the end. This is how game 1 ended. It was Avian versus Rydra, and
how poetic.
Yeah, exactly. And how'd that end? That ended with Oakland winning game 1. So we're going to see what Avian has up his sleeves to combat this Rydra. Big, this incredible Ridley player. As we're getting right into it, folks. Here we go. True Finals, Game 3, Oakland University versus MSU here at Confluence 2023.
There we go. Yeah, make some noise,
Make some noise, Grand Rapids.
Here, I'm clapping it up for their teams. We got Avian versus Rydra to kick it off. We saw Avian do very solid in this matchup earlier. He just needs to repeat that same performance to give his team a proud performance.
And just like we saw in the last game, Rydra is looking to replicate his own performance in the last one. Playing high levels here.
A couple of connections on the shield. Rydra is finding the right timings this time. He was having a hard time doing that last time they played. A 3-stock here would be disastrous for Oakland University.
Oh, and already we're starting to see like that range where can Ridley get in, and when Ridley does, oh my gosh, does the character hit hard?
Oh, I love that swing from off stage. Rydra was getting all this free pressure, and Avian said, back up a little bit, back up. I got a little space here. He uses his jump early. Oh, he tries to swing through the fireballs. It doesn't work out. Avian loses the stock, but he's keeping it neck and neck.
Yeah, still 82% against a character that surprisingly is light as Ridley, but there you go, forward throw off stage, and this is where Rydra really thrives.
Yeah, Avian is having a hard time dealing with Rydra approaching from the air. Min in general doesn't do the best against characters being above her, and Rydra's doing a good job using these platforms as well as Ridley's extra double jump to approach above Avian.
Oh, back throw it. That's one of the things you see a lot from these.
Is that it?
Back throw. Oh. Back throw giving them the Dragon Arm a bit of the special extra distance laser.
Oh, barely able to avoid that dash attack. Rydra's got to be feeling very fortunate that Ridley's up B recovery is able to get through that Min off stage attack, because that has saved him quite a few times. Avian trying to chase up to the top of the stage, doesn't find success in doing so as Rydra still struggles to land, and he does so with a dash attack.
Oh, all right, here we go. Makes it back on the ledge and gets a down smash to even it back up.
Avian's moving pretty well right now, avoids that side B that could have been crucial to get off stage. And now it's just about Avian planting his flag and staying on the stage. He avoids another side B and gets big damage for it.
Walking down Rydra from one end of the stage to the other with these arms, still putting on the pressure, just slowly approaching like Sean Strickland.
Ooh,
there you go.
Keeps him up. The early air dodge is scary for Avian. Rydra doesn't connect with the up smash. As Avian tries to swing from off the ledge, it doesn't work out this time. That might be the stock. Rydra's so good in these scenarios, and Avian can't make it back. Still with a chance to take a second stock off of Rydra, though.
Yeah, 55% still has that
Great
potential,
side
but
B.
good job, yeah. Low enough percent, able to mash out of it. Gets the back throw that's going to give a laser to the Dragon Arm.
That Ridley jab, not easy to punish. Avian knowing exactly how much time he had and using every single bit of it. As here we go, we're gonna get a throw off stage. Avian thrives here, swinging early, doesn't connect though.
Still doing a great, still trying with that chakra mom to try and interrupt Rydra's recovery. Not finding it, still getting these back throws and not finding the lasers either. So excellent job from Rydra to avoid all of this typical offstage pressure from the Min. But here you go, another back throw.
This stage position is going to be huge for Avian. Goes for an early swing yet again. It doesn't pay off once more. Rydra is just playing too evasive right now, as Avian's having a hard time taking the stock. And if he takes it right now, this would be a relatively even game. But the up smash whiffs, and Rydra gets it's ever more extra credit.
This is definitely megawatt nair percent, that big wrecking ball arm.
Yeah, that's going to kill.
It certainly will. Now, retakes center stage. The percent keeps building, just kind of poking and prodding. 143 to 43%. Avian looking to really going deep, but still, that character's got wings for a reason. Going to be making it back.
Wow. I don't believe this. The pressure for Avian is so strong, it's unrelenting. It's been lasting forever. He's mixing up his timings, but still Rydra's able to make it back. Up smash on platform doesn't do it. Rydra is hanging on by a thread.
174 and still poking and prodding. And that chakra time and time again, just unable to make it through the Ridley recovery. Turnaround back grab not landing.
53%. Rydra is playing so well right now, just avoiding everything that Avian throws out. What do we got here? That Nair's going to do it. Avian takes 2 stocks. He's effectively done his job here, but if Avian can take one more, that would be magical for OU.
Absolutely. But oh my gosh, misses the recovery.
Unfortunate fashion.
That happens to the best of us at the worst of times. But you know what? You still did your job. You got 2 stocks off Rydra.
You did.
You're only down 1 stock as a team. So still, anybody's game to take.
Rydra feeling a little nervous too. You see him kind of taking a deep breath, using his hands a little bit, say up and down. Got to relax a little bit.
Recenter his chakras.
As Avian puts up a very strong performance. As I was saying earlier, it's arguably the weakest link on OU versus arguably the strongest on MSU. And Avian put up a strong 2 stocks. Kind of got Ryder's heart pumping a little bit. Maybe made him feel a little bit nervous moving into this next couple of games.
Absolutely, absolutely. As now we're trying to see who does Oakland respond with, and
love
it
it.
looks
Love
like
it.
it's going to be Rob.
All right, we're sending out Roberto. He hops onto the stage with some kind of youthful whimsy. Look at Rob move.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I love it. Oh man.
Oh,
See, that's
boy.
another rough matchup. That's Snake versus Ridley. That's a big body. We keep bringing this up whenever Roger's on stage, but it's always a factor. Big bodies against Snake have a really hard time getting in. Those explosions are just going to clip you on the very edge, and it can get rough real quick. I'm nervous. Are you nervous?
I am.
I'm nervous. You think the players are nervous?
Oh, if we're nervous, I can only imagine what they're feeling.
They might be. They might be. My heart's on a bumper dump.
I feel it almost beating out of my chest at this point. Here we go. You hear from the crowd, people chanting. They want Rob. They like Rob.
OU, let's hear it. MSU, let's hear it. We're hearing it a lot from both of these schools. The noise picks up as the game gets started. Ryder's going to take his first stock. Rob has 3 to work with, is looking to tie it up. If he can take the stock off of Ryder, we're moving forward with a 9-9 stock count.
Taunt recenter gets agreement, and already starting off the bat with 2 grenades. 2 are better than 1.
Now, I am wondering, moving forward in this, are OU going to save Anthony to anchor, or are they going to send him out second like they've been doing? That strategy's worked out pretty well so far.
Oh, that's yet to be seen, as right now we got to see how Rob can handle this last stock from Rydra. And right now, it looks like getting carried off stage. Got to be careful those back airs. Those are certain to do damage, but oh, a brutal air dodge to give MSU just that little bit more of a lead. Not what you're looking for if you're Oakland.
Disaster strikes for Oakland University as MSU is able to take perhaps the first stress-free stock of the entire set for them so far. But ever since then, Rob has been surging back, putting on some big damage. The up tilt might have just done it.
Oh, he
very
did, yeah.
narrowly missed.
Just facing the wrong way. It goes to show just how precise spacing on some of these moves they are. Even though for a move that arguably has a pretty wacky hitboxes like the snake up tilt. Here we go.
What does Ridley do here? I don't think Ridley can do anything.
No,
as Rob can just throw out that Nikita over and over, and he takes that, only losing 1 stock. That's not what he wanted, though, as Rydra is going to take 4 total. Rob is going to have to put on a good show here.
Yeah, 1 accidental air dodge, and what could have been an even game still ends up with MSU holding a 1 life lead.
1 stock leads can go away pretty quickly here in crew battles. As who do we have coming up next?
Suspect. Oh, this is good. You want to talk about volatile. You want to talk about explosive. You want to talk about somebody that can make stocks disappear. You got to look no further than Kazuya Mishima.
Yeah, and see, this is one of those things where MSU sending up Suspect here makes me think that he has a pretty comfortable or a pretty strong set history against Rob. Because I feel like on paper, Snake versus Rob, or Snake versus Kazuya, not the easiest for Kazuya. But clearly they're comfortable sending up Suspect because sometimes Suspect is one of those players where when he has your number, he has your number.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to adapt and do anything about it. Get that MSU crowd turning up.
Oh yeah, the MSU.
More.
They're letting him know it.
And they are going to run a button check. Suspect has got to work on those inputs. They're not the easiest. They're not the easiest.
Yeah, from having not played for a little bit, you almost got to take this button check if you play the character as technological and to play as Kazuya, because not only you have 2 different moves that have the same input. If you time them differently, you get 2 different moves.
Yeah.
So that's the level of like,
you know, especially we're outside, the hands might be cold. You might have to literally warm up your hands in a situation like this. Yeah, okay. You see Suspect just practicing that one move over and over. Warm. Consistency be damned. He's got it.
His hands are looking warm.
Cracking the knuckles and such. Are they just gonna get into it?
Are they just gonna? Yeah, they're just gonna get into it then.
It might. It's possible.
Oh yeah, they are. Here we go. They're just going in. We're starting. We're going to Kalos. A unique stage. You know, it has 2 side platforms and a very wide open center stage.
Yeah, Kazuyas do like this stage. There's not many places for your opponent to run. However, Snake, more than most characters, can get quite a bit of mileage just hanging out on those top platforms and raining in hell from above. But Suspect finds that first opening, gets a bit of damage, nothing too big. lest this one gets extended.
This is one of those characters that you got to hold your breath every time he lands a hit because like you don't know. It could very well be a stock every single time Kazuya lands a hit.
Rob takes some damage from his own grenade. That's okay though, as he's moving around. Very nimble for such a big fella as Snake.
Yeah, it's all that military training. That's what it'll do for you.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're gonna be a super soldier marine thing, you gotta be flexible, be able to move. However,
Yeah, look at that up tilt. He's doing the
total
splits.
control of your body.
He's doing the splits.
Yeah.
120% here on Rob. He wants to be able to take all 3 of these stocks off a Suspect, but it's not an easy feat as even Kazuya has a couple of options to break through Snake's projectiles, such as that laser.
Still, there you go. There's the C4 right there. Gets him looking one way, a little misdirection as he's gonna hit him with the dash tech as well. But here's the raise drive. Kazuya has this move. If it lands at this point, it's certain death.
See, and I was about to say this is where Snake thrives, is when he gets his opponent in the corner, but Suspect was able to work his way back, finds himself above Rob, goes to chase him up mayhaps. No, he's gonna wait for Suspect to come back down on him.
Nikita's still putting pressure, but it's hard to steer when you're getting shot with lasers. And
Ooh,
wow,
2 in a
that seems
row.
to be the name of the game in this matchup. As
Chases him off stage. I love that for Rob, or for Suspect. Snake is a character that doesn't have many options in terms of mixing up timing off stage. So that's going to do it for Suspect, but Rob is going to trade back right away. Taking a stock here for Rob is crucial. He does not want to give up a 2-stock lead.
uh-oh, but here's a grab, and great job, the
bails him out.
grenade, getting him out of jail free.
That's what we were talking about with Grenade's ability to kind of break up combos sometimes. That came out of the best of times for Rob, as that one connection could have spelled disaster.
Down tilt spot. Just look at that shield. It's looking real small.
Whoa.
Got to be careful. You don't want that thing to pop.
Both of these characters can put on such long-term pressure and lead to shield breaks. As we have that forward tilt off stage, this ledge guard could be
that's
huge. It is huge. And here we have a bit of a deficit still for Rob. Taking the stock would be ginormous.
Rob brought it back to even, but 2 jabs and a big boot, and doesn't even need the kill screen. Just eat these size 12s, and you're off the stage.
Rob putting up a solid performance, taking 3 stocks, I do believe. And now Suspect is the man waiting in the chair.
What size shoe do you think Kazuya wears?
That's gotta be like a 14.
I was gonna say 13 and a half, but then it cannot feel good when you get that kind of shoe to the teeth.
It's gotta be big for sure. As we see OU strategizing. They got 3 options here, right? You save Tony, have him as your anchor, and then you either send in a Spectral or Avian, or you send in Tony now, and then you send in, or Spectral or Trisket rather.
Yeah, or
and then you send in Spectral or Trisket as the anchor.
In this matchup, how do you send in Trisket for the Kazuya matchup?
You could. Pac-Man versus Kazuya is not the best matchup. I have seen Trisket close out a crew battle on the last stock against a Kazuya before.
Yep.
So it's a matchup that he's familiar with. That's got to be something that OU is considering. But we saw earlier, Tony come in and dismantle Suspect. So we could see Oakland send out Tony as their 3rd man for the 3rd time in a row. That's not an unlikely scenario.
They're thinking hard. This is
How couldn't you?
exactly. This is one of the highest stakes moments of the entire match. It's like game 3. Whoever you send in next, you have to take somebody who rarely even gets knocked out of a crew battle, let alone like in Suspect, who, according to our knowledge, and we'll keep saying it until we're proven wrong, the last time he was up here was the first time he's ever been knocked out of a crew battle.
Yeah.
And his refusal to get iced out as well, as he's going to continue to just, keep his hands warm with these Kazuya combos.
Yeah, that's one thing that Suspect is always going to do. If he has extra time on the setup while people are waiting, he's going to open up a game against a computer and try and get some practice in.
A little level 1 CPU that, could barely hurt a fly, let alone take a stock.
Put the moves on it.
And say you still lose a stock to it.
Embarrassing. All about what OU decides to do next.
They're thinking deep, but hey, you have to. There's so much on the line here.
The tension hangs in the air over both of these teams, man.
For such a wide open area, you can cut the tension with a knife.
Yeah, you can feel it.
You can feel it in the air.
We see MSU kind of nodding about Suspect's movement. They're like, it's looking good.
Yeah,
it's looking
yeah.
good.
Oh,
What do you got? Say 1, 2, 3. Say what, huh? Say boom, 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 pow. Little Black Eyed Peas. OU continues to think about it. It could go either way. It's such a hard decision for OU
really
to make
could.
because I feel like it's the type of thing where regardless of the decision you make, if it goes wrong, you're going to regret it. You know what I mean? There's no scenario where the decision goes wrong and you think, yeah, we made the right decision. It all comes down to execution in the end.
You got to be so confident in the matchup. Like, you got to be so confident like who you send in. Somebody that you know, you only have to take one stock off, but you have to at least take, you got to go in with the mindset of, I have to take 3 stocks. It doesn't matter who you're playing against, whether it be this Kazuya or whoever MSU sends in next. Thinking, you got to think, we take 3.
Yeah, we're looking for a 5 or 4 stock performance from, if they send in Tony, they're going to be asking 5 stocks of Tony if they send him in. And if they send in anyone else, they're going to be looking for 3. So it all is going to come down to that as Suspect demonstrating some pretty good control over his character, getting the CPU all the way up to 600% without killing it.
Oh boy. Oh, they are taking their time. As it looks like they finally made a decision. It's going to be Spectral coming up here. The sword wielder, the Lucina master, the world record holder for Chicken Little on GameCube.
The legend himself, man.
Speedrunner extraordinaire.
Yeah, and this is the type of thing. This wasn't exactly the choice that I was expecting, but they might be confident with Spectral in the other matchups that MSU has to offer.
Yep.
So maybe they're thinking he can take this stock off a Suspect and then get a favorable matchup with that of Dice or something along those lines. Looking to see what Spectral can do moving forward. And it is going to be all about how much extra credit Suspect can put on, and they are going to be saving Tony for the anchor.
Yeah.
Ooh. Deep breaths, folks. Deep breaths. Thinking about the song pick. I like that. I like that.
Sometimes the song pick is just as important as the stage pick.
Get yourself dialed in a little bit.
Yeah, when you can, you gotta hit your own theme song. You gotta play the music that gets you in the zone. That'll give you put you in the best mental place.
Spectral rocking the headphones, trying to remain stress-free, as hard as that may be. Moving into this next game, 1 stock is all you need. If you can't take a stock without Suspect taking one first, you're in a rough spot.
The mountain gets just that much taller if you can't, but you can turn that mountain into a molehill with 1 stock gone.
All right, there goes Kazuya's 2 stocks. Let's get it on. 3 stocks to 1. Spectral just needs to take one first. That's what's important here.
And this is not what you're looking for. Already off the bat, that back air certainly would have done a lot of damage. Look at that, 1 interaction, 1 grab and 1 hit, 40%. And now he's just patient. He doesn't want to get too far deep in the weeds here against the Kazuya. As he's gonna approach, gets dash attack. He's still like slowly forcing him back to the ledge. But you gotta still respect Kazuya. You can't just go rushing in headlong. So sometimes you have to relinquish that stage space.
This is the pretty common game plan you look to see against any character capable of doing it. Is just like moving in and out of Kazuya's threat range and hoping to catch him overextending on something just like that. Spectral finds an opening as he's playing around Suspect's options very accurately right now. But again, all it takes is 1 slip, and there it is.
1 grab, there's a back throw behind it. Now you gotta land. You gotta be careful of that boot. Certainly, it sends out a wacky angle that is really difficult for a character like the senior to recover from. There you go. Parry, another one, another grab. Look at that angle. Using the laser.
That's going to be it for the stall. Oh no, he saved his jump. So smart from Spectral. I thought he lost his jump earlier, but he saved it to the last second and gave himself another chance at this stock.
Yep, down tilt, dash, gets another down smash. Here you go.
Oh, he goes for the counter, but it doesn't work. That's going to be a re-grab, and it's going to take it. When you grab the ledge and fall off, you don't have invincibility the second time you grab it, as Spectral's going to lose 1 stock. Just going to try to avoid losing a second one here.
The mountain gets a little bit taller for Oakland, because now Spectral still has 1 stock to take.
A lot of Lucina's moves are going to do it now. 155. This is when up air and Nair start killing from anywhere. All of her tilt attacks are going to be doing it. There's this pressure from the corner that's so hard to get through from Lucina. That back air sends back Kazuya hanging on by a thread.
And still at ledge and still at 168. This is one of those moments where you don't want to get touched here. Oh no.
This could be dangerous.
Starting it up. 41%. He has full rage too, so he's going to be killing even sooner than before.
The poetic timing as we hear a car revving in the background right as Suspect starts up his engine. Spectral trying to throw out this Nair. That's all it's going to take to kill Suspect from the middle of the stage here. Gets caught again, though.
A little 1-2-3 air dodging to avoid the laser. Gonna recover, but there's a boot. That's not what you're looking for. That's brutal, and that's gonna be another stock.
What a performance here from Suspect. He's able to take these last 2 stocks. This is gonna force Anthony to take a lot unless Spectral can pull something magical out of his hat here.
Oh, but eats a get-up attack for 12%. Side
There
B
you
off the side. Not
quite.
doing it yet
I can't
because
believe it.
Kazuya Mishima, he eats his Wheaties.
There you go.
Down air,
There you go.
off the side will finally do it. But not before MSU gets a very, very solid 2-stock lead.
Spectral with a controller in one hand and his head in the other. Not exactly happy about how that game went. But moving into this next one, far from out of it. Spectral only rocking with 1 stock, but if he turns it up, if he plays well, he could take 1 or 2. Tony is more than capable of taking 5 or 4 stocks. 6 is a little bit rough, still possible, but Tony is very capable of it. But any bit of mileage that Spectral can get here, any stock, is going to make Oakland University feel just that much more comfortable. And a matchup all too familiar. We saw this play out in game 1. I want to say Spectral took 2 to Dice's 3. But far from an insurmountable matchup, Spectral just needs to take 1 or 2 stocks to make this very doable for Anthony.
Absolutely, absolutely. Now, we're going to get a little bit of Dice action, a little bit of Mike Dyson. We're getting a character swap as well from Spectral.
Interesting.
Oh, button check? Oh, that's right.
okay,
That's right. He can't swap characters. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
Because in normal 1v1 circumstances, in between games, you can typically swap characters, but because your stocks are tied to a certain character in this crew battle format,
Yep, not in a crew battle.
yeah, you're not allowed to swap characters.
It's the equivalent of switching a character halfway through a game. It'd be weird.
Exactly.
It'd be weird.
It'd be real weird.
Which, I mean, Pyromither can do that, but
True.
that's a whole other can of worms that we're not going to get into.
For the longest time.
That we don't have the equipment to open.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, Dice is moving. He's pretty consistent with his movement. He's ready. He feels confident. He's ready to move into it. Oh, man. Comes down to this.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge for Spectral to take a couple stocks here and give Tony a little bit of climbing gear to scale this mountain.
Absolutely. 100%. So,
Deep breath, deep breath.
deep breath, recollect yourself, center your chakras.
Whatever you may
Find
need
your
to do to
meditative
lower the
state.
heart rate.
Find your happy place.
Take your Adderall. Do whatever,
I did
do
this
whatever
morning,
you need.
but that's because I've dealt with that since first grade, so I have a reason to.
I have to. All right, 6-4 here in Game 3. Oakland took a shocking Game 1. Dice with a little bit of a fist pump, getting himself into it.
Dice wants to hear it. Come on, folks. Give it to him. It all comes down. Here we go. Game 3.
1 or 2 stocks from Spectral would be special here. He's going to take 2 with only 1 remaining. Spectral's going to be looking to run this back.
Yep. Still just taking his time, kind of almost. These are the little moments when you can ice out your opponent.
All right, there we go. As we get underway, both players taunt. It's almost like doing a fist bump in an MMA fight.
Absolutely.
And they get right in the scrapping
There
here.
you go. One up air, but still nothing. Finding Dice. You don't want to let him start up his engine, get caught in the Dyson sphere. The Dyson vacuum cleaner.
Yeah. The Dyson Super Vac gets sucked into that combo. All right, here we go. Spectral is playing really well. If you see an even game here, you got to be happy if you're OU, because Spectral taking a stock off of a player who is ranked much higher than him would be great, but off stage now, that could have been tragic.
Would have broken my heart.
Oh, and I pre-gasped. My hands were on my face.
We both just leaned back uh-oh. But nope, he's still got it. Still, the percent keeps climbing, 60% to 79. If he can take this stock off Dice, it would really help.
It'll be a big sigh of relief for OU, but Dice finds an opening, the up B out of the combo. Spectral has been using that very well. It's been an interesting mix-up. I love the side B to mix up the timing on shield, though.
Yep, now he's going to be looking for these back air, up tilt back air percent, quickly approaching.
Oh, Falco just barely ducked under that Lucina back air. That could have been massive. That ledge pressure could have spelled disaster, and that back air not quite going to do it.
Still, one up tilt back air into another. Gonna be missing the grab. Don't want to be hit by up tilt again.
Oh, that corner pressure is so scary. He jumps out of the up B. or the up air rather. F-tilt's coming through. Both these players trying to space out. I thought that'd be the punish for Spectral, but not quite. He wasn't ready for it.
Oh, fair landing. It gets him off stage. The laser's going to land.
Just barely avoids that laser.
How's he going to get back on ledge? Instead, he's going to eat a fair off stage. And just like that, 6-3. MSU holds a full character lead.
It is all in the hands of Mr. Isn't Cool, Tony himself. Has to come through and take 3 stocks off of Dice and then 3 stocks off of MSU's anchor, whoever that may be. This is MSU's game to lose. Dang.
Wow. What more could you ask for?
It came down to it, man.
Coming down to it. And look at this. You're from the east side where they have a weekly tournament series called Movement that often gets, upwards of 50 to 80 people. And this is a Movement grand final that I have seen time and time again. These two have gone blow for blow at every corner.
And it's gone so back and forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, Dice will win a few in a row and Anthony will win a few in a row. I don't know who's trending up right now, but you never know when these two guys can turn the tide on each other and start swinging momentum back in their favor. And in a game like this, it's all about who can do best under pressure. We've seen both these guys crumble, and we've seen both these guys strive, and it's all about who steps up to the plate here.
100%. Now, this is a tale as old as time matchup, as I said before. These two have played each other a lot, and like you said, sometimes it goes in Dice's way, sometimes it goes in Anthony's and Tony's way. We're going to find out who holds the key to victory today. Anthony Isn't Cool, Dice, Oakland's last hope.
All right, deep breaths, boys. We're getting right into it. 3 stocks on Dice, 3 stocks on Anthony. Anthony needs a dominant performance and nothing less if he wants a shot at winning this.
And already starting off with Dice holding a bit of the keys here. It's 20% early, and already with these up airs into 51, and the laser's going to land as well. Down there using, and there's a stock already.
Great start. That's perfect for Dice. That puts Anthony so far onto the back foot. He has to take 6 stocks in a row, only 1 spot for error. He can only mess up once. He has to be perfect.
Yes, has to play to perfection. 1 up tilt, the back air is going to land instead. Here you go. Little climb hazard, little up B, 43%. But we got to be careful when landing in front of Dice. You don't want to be grabbed because then the blender starts. Uh-oh, side B.
Dice is getting creative.
Yeah, man. A little overextension, unfortunately, still.
We say Tony has to be perfect. He's no stranger to perfection. Every now and then he can lock in and play a work of art game on some Picasso stuff. A couple of up airs up top.
Trying to paint a masterpiece here with a finishing touch. Woo! That'll do some mental damage.
Feels good. For Tony as he's moving in. Still with a big deficit though. He needs to really turn up still if he wants a shot.
In a lot of cases, that'll do more mental damage than obviously it takes the stock, but it'll do hurts the opponent's psyche as well. But here you go. Still Dice racking up the percent, just slowly trekking along. 96% has full limit to recover. Instead, he's going to use it on the blade beam and make it back.
Back air off stage. This is where Tony thrives. The dash attack doesn't do it. He escapes to the top platform, meets Dice up there, says, come get me.
Excellent decision here, but the back air, and he's going to take it on the side, and just like that, Oakland sitting on their last stock.
Dice is locked in. I said before, it was all about who can peak when it mattered, and so far it has been tight. Chance he has to take this stock right now.
Okay, 70%. Uh-oh, there's a nair. 125 has limit on line, but still, what can you make of it?
Dice probably could have cleaned up the entire set with backer there, but...
there's a laser. Now, what's going to be? Oh, goes for a big up smash at ledge. Not going to land. Anthony, the little nifty little movement.
See, Dice wants to lock this up right now. He has another player behind him, but he doesn't want to put it up to his teammate. He wants to close it out. He wants to be the guy to do it.
Wants to be the one.
And who doesn't?
Exactly. Who doesn't want to be that guy? Instead, Anthony looking to be that guy for his team. 139.53. Still dash attack. Going to land. Still slowly building limit as well. Uh-oh. The last thing you want to do here is overextend and be caught with an up tilt.
takes Anthony all the way down to his last stock.
One stock
Up
to 3.
against Hawk. And this is what we're talking about. We've mentioned this before. With that Rob 0 to death, if you make one mistake against Rob with a gyro in his hands, the tournament is over. The tournament is over.
It's curtains. It's curtains. GG, shake my hand. MSU gets to raise the trophy. Tony has to dig deep and literally has to play perfection.
Yeah,
Zero
focus on his face.
Very little room for error, if any at all.
He's done this before. He's 3-stock Hawk before.
Exactly. Good news is though, even though he ended last game at 120%, he goes right back down to 0 as he hits the music.
All right.
Oh boy!
Both players don the headphones and controllers. Anthony locks in. Eyebrows raised, head cocked down. Hawk taking a deep breath. Both of these guys need to play at their best here.
Combatants dig deep, try to find it within themselves.
All Hawk needs is one stock. That's all he needs.
It's all you need.
This matchup can be so volatile. All you need is one interaction to go in your favor, Hawk. Let's see if he can find it.
Rosa Parks Circle, I can tell you, from my perspective, you are getting probably the best grand finals you could ask for. Let the players hear it. Let them know how you feel going into this. Here we go, 3 stocks to 1. Anthony Isn't Cool versus Hawk going down to the wire. Let's get it on.
It all comes down to this. After a long tournament, after a long set, we have Anthony's 1 stock to Hawk's 3. Anthony needs to be perfect. Hawk needs to find one opening, and that will be curtains.
Already charging up Gyro, the key to his victory here. Instead, he's going to take his time, go to ledge, knows he has 3 stocks to work with, only needs to take 1.
Anthony runs in with aggression. He knows that he's going to have to mix up his timing. He knows that he's going to have to play different. He's going to have to be on a different wavelength if he wants a chance here. He's playing well so far.
Yeah.
Off to a good start.
Already 65%, 28. You got to remember, though, with each hit Anthony takes, that is just one a little bit further. He's away from victory. Uh-oh, big laser. Good job shielding it. It has limit. Oh, up air's going to land. That's huge.
And as you were saying, every hit that Anthony takes is just brutal. It's just brutal. Because it puts you closer to that kill percent, and Rob has such consistent kill options. Tony takes a stock, though.
He don't miss those. There you go. There's Spike on ledge.
Victory is that much closer. Tony finds the first opening here in the 2nd stock.
Hits it again. Fair gets another one. Oh, almost sends him down. But that's going to be an S smash at ledge. Not going to be perfection. But oh my gosh, just barely making it back as well.
I can't believe he made that back.
Yeah, limit is online. Goes for.
He wanted it. He wanted it. That's okay, though. He's still in here. Cloud can dominate stocks if he gets an opening.
Uh-oh, here's grab, though. Back throw, big laser.
Could be it.
Could be it.
No
He's
jump.
Out. No jump.
Limit is low, and that's
fair.
gonna be it.
We'll do it. And just like that, MSU is your victor here. Congratulations.
Tony gave it all he had. OU gave it all they had. Thank you to Gucci for streaming us. Thank you to all the sponsors for making this possible. Thank you to all you people.
Yeah, and thank you all for tuning in. Thank you all for coming out and watching.
Come on, folks.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I have been Maximus. You can find me pretty much down there, twitch.tv/Maximus31 and Twitter. Who are you?
Finesse. Check out the Twitter, YouTube links in there as well. Go check that out if you do desire. We've had a great time. This has been Confluence. Thank you very, very much for tuning in. I'm glad you stuck with us all the way to the end.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.